Oh shoot. We live?
Yeah,
Well,
I'll do that.
I don't know. It's working on it right now.
And another thing about Manscaped. Bro, I've been
It came in right at the end of that.
looking forward to this episode.
Let's see here.
All right. Let's have another round tonight.
Uh-oh.
We like. Oh, there he is. There's MMA. I was like, at least normally we at least have him waiting on us. Like we didn't.
You said people were waiting. I just thought people actually were waiting.
I just told you that so you'd hurry yourself up, dude. We're over here. We time's away.
I didn't know I could turn off. I didn't know I could turn off the waiting room for you to join in. So I was sitting here waiting on you so I could go pee.
Why were you
I
waiting
was
on
like,
me?
well, I want to be able to.
You know I was coming.
And you were gone for a while.
Why'd you just go up like 6 octaves right then?
I was eating pasta,
What'd you hit with the?
We was eating pasta.
What'd you hit with that Manscaped?
I hit
What's
like
going on?
my C4 or my spinal column or something, man. I got snagged up, boy. I was like, I was like, they lied. Of course, I am using. Here's the thing, Will. I'm using the Here's how Gary treats me. Okay, I love Gary. You know, I always have to preface it with that. Gary sent me the lawnmower 2.0. You know why? Because he's using.
That's all I had. That's all I had. That's all I
3.0.
have. No, I have the 2.0
Now,
too.
don't try that. Don't try that, Gary.
The new one they sent me. They sent Will the 3.0 and they sent me the 2.0.
I'm living that 3 life, man. They know.
Dude, your junk runs off like the 5G and everything, man. My stuff is on like LTE or whatever that is. And I'm like, it's like, oh, Brian Rosa and
Rob, if you pick it up cell service with your ding, then you got other things going on.
I'm drinking just since Brian Rosa's in here. It doesn't look like one, I know. So don't come at me, but this is actually a Cuba Libre with Sprite. Cuba Libre is one of the celebrated cocktails in Mexico, and since we're celebrating La Mera today, I wanted to have this instead of vodka. This has got rum, not coconut rum. This is like silver rum. Isn't that what it is? White rum and Sprite. Normally they put Coca-Cola in there, but hey, La Mera, happy birthday! Raise a glass of freedom.
I got tequila over here somewhere too. We're gonna celebrate with. Yep. Although she drinks, I just have a beer too because she just. I don't remember. I feel like she said on the live, so she doesn't even like tequila. Like Monica likes tequila, but like, so we're not really. We're just drinking tequila because we want to drink tequila.
I was like, whatever beer that is, that's on her rear end. Give me that one.
Listen, there's a.
What are you talking about right now?
With the beer, she was laying out on the sun and she had the beer set back here, just sitting up, like it wasn't going nowhere. I was like, "Give me that beer." What did I say?
Rob, we're going to have to talk, man. I don't know.
Your voice is hitting like frequencies. I don't even know if it comes through on you.
Anytime I feel threatened, I go up like 4 octaves. Y'all come at me, man. I don't even know why I do.
Oh man, you folks at home, you didn't see like when we were out at like the bar that one night, and then like people like tried to start a fight. It was weird. Like they all ran away, but it wasn't because like we were threatening. It was just because like they didn't know what was going on with Rob. Like he was just like, "What's going on, you guys? You want to fight? I'm gonna fight you. I'll do it. I'll get crazy."
They were just like,
"I'm ready to go right now."
You getting this micro content, Will?
What? Yeah. So you can write down these timestamps.
You getting the time? This is the greatest podcast ever, man. This is the
side by side
podcast ever. course, Ringside Rant's got a good one too. He got a good one also. I'm doing him I'm doing his show on Friday night. You know, I don't know if it's airing that night. I don't know if we're doing live or not, but I will be with RJ, my man. Friday night, we're going to be looking at the Nick Aldis James Storm match, the best 2 out of 3 falls. I can't wait. It's one of my favorite matches.
Wow.
And
then
Saturday night, I'll be on with Vanessa Wiper and the Standing Streamer. Will was on there last night. So will they be able to catch that episode, Will?
I think so. I think he talked about either putting it on YouTube or you can go watch the replay on Twitch. But
I got you.
It was a good time, man.
Cool.
Well, I don't really know that we have like a set straight up format or anything for today. So
you got the links to the Thunder Rosa matches and all that.
I'm looking for. I've got the Fight TV pulled up.
So the way I can see this, fellas, the way I thought that, Thunder Rosa, we feel like you think she's so cool.
Is the video that you sent me that's Thunder Rosa, is it called The Hung Is On?
Yes, 3 minutes. That is her debut as Cobra Moon on Lucha Underground.
Why is it called The Hung Is On?
That's the name of the episode. They titled their episode. It's season 2, episode 3. That's when the landscape of professional wrestling changed forever. We were introduced to Cobra Moon for the first time. So I thought I just thought, I was like, Thunder Rosa's really only been active as a wrestler, on TV and as we know her since about 2014. That's relatively new. She's accomplished so much in such a short time. I thought we'd do just a brief scan, do something from Lucha Underground, then do something from Middle, like the Penelope 4 match or the match that she referred to as her favorite match, and then do when she won the belt, kind of get a good snapshot of this amazing career that's only going to get better.
It's Garrett, neither of us are paying attention to you. Sorry, Rob.
I know, man. It's cool.
We're with you. I'm trying to write a tweet.
It's all right. Hey, I'm looking at my MySpace updates anyway. I just felt, Tanya, why'd you drop me out of your top 5, man?
Rob is on another level today, folks.
You knew back in the day, if you fell out of your girlfriend's top 5, you was about to get dumped. There's going to be a talk.
See, that's why I did the politically correct thing, and I had all my top 8 as just musical artists, like bands and stuff like that.
What was number 1?
Nobody got their feelings hurt.
What was number 1?
Oh, back then, probably something super emo, like My Chemical Romance.
Nah, heck no, it was. It was like One Direction or something.
Nah, they weren't even alive back then. I don't even think they were born yet.
And what year was this?
2004? When was MySpace around?
I feel like MySpace became big like 2003, 2002-ish. Right after Napster, right at the time that Napster was a thing. I'm telling you, man, I've got even to this day, I've got an extensive music library thanks to Napster.
You still got all that?
I still got it, man. I don't, man. You know me. On the one hand, I don't have a lot of stuff. I'm not a pack. What do you call it? Pack rat
order.
But I have a lot of digital stuff. I've got like a huge wrestling library, digitally files. Anything I had on DVD, for a while was digitizing, and yeah. Oh man.
Thunder Rosa started in 2015, according to Brian Rosa.
That's what I was thinking. Somewhere around there.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room. By the way, goofing off right now. We're just talking. Wrestling with the MMA, WWE Front Row, Dave Scooby, Ringside Rhett, that's RJ. James Lawrence is in the house. Brian Rosa, of course. Anthony Villano. Natalia Martin. I know her.
She's pretty cool.
All right. I sent the tweet out. I'm here. What's up? What were you saying, Rob? Go back to the beginning.
To the Manscaped
But
thing.
lower your voice a couple octaves. Now you can skip the Manscaped stuff. I
was like, because that junk does not work. that junk will nick you.
Listen,
Yeah,
you
I'm
do not
kidding.
talk about.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
If he was serious, his
Manscaped
voice would
works
have been up
fine.
like
You
2
just
octaves.
don't. Yeah,
Let me
and
tell
I
you right
don't
now, guys.
know
And
if you're
not a single
like,
one
I
of
use
y'all.
Manscaped. I've
Neither
used the
one-
same razor that you're using right now, literally the
exact
same
same
one
one.
on my junk.
the exact same one, dude.
Yeah.
Then when you got upgraded to the 3.0, you sent me the 2.0. And neither
That
one of you
one's
pointed out I'm wearing an
unused.
LA Dodgers bandana for Thunder Rosa because I love her so much, even though I'm a Braves fan. So thank y'all.
Wow.
I thought you would at least, Will, of all people, would have said
I
something.
saw you were wearing it. I assumed it was related to that, but you just get wild today, and so I just don't know what's going on.
Rob had a wild night in Chattanooga last night.
Dude.
He was telling me about it before you
Tell
came.
you. We're going to have to go the after party, though, for me to
Yeah, that one might have to. That might have to wait.
I'm feeling like this whole episode's going to be the after party. I don't know how we make us watching videos good for a podcast, so it just
We'll find
feels
a way.
like that's what it is.
We'll find a way.
What?
Good talk. Good talk. You guys are watching in the chat, man. Part of the fun of this is we just come up here and hang out, man. We'll come in here during the week, not even be broadcasting, just to hang out. And this is what it's like. We're just here like, how's it going?
Literally just making noises at each other.
Just noises like poo.
What is even happening? Oh my God.
Well, guys, Billy Corgan made an announcement this week.
Man.
I guess I could start talking and just we could go from there. I made a sweet little art gallery video I was trying to post. For no good reason. I just made it. And I was trying to post it up on the Twitter. Hold on. I'll just
Already sent it to
right now. No, I don't listen, I'm still posting this.
Come on, man.
Beat you to it. You gotta be faster than that.
Show's terrible. I'm kidding. I kid.
Rob, what's a history museum? Great. Is it like the Museum of Natural History? Is that just what it's called?
What are you talking about now?
That is a history museum.
Just
You
yeah.
just want me to start talking about history?
No.
Natural history?
Is it called Natural History Museum of Natural History?
There is one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like dinosaurs and
Fish.
like mollusks.
What do you want to know, Gary? What do you want to know about natural?
We actually had charbroiled oysters today, man, a dozen from a great restaurant in Chattanooga. Can I plug this restaurant? Am I allowed to do that? Or we're gonna get shut down.
I don't think.
Why would we get shut down?
I'm gonna do it. The restaurant's
We
called.
haven't gotten shut down yet.
The restaurant's called Stir on Market. I think it's Market Street, downtown Chattanooga, right by the Choo Choo. They have a fresh oyster bar. They have a Sunday brunch, man. They serve Bloody Marys. They and we got some chicken waffles, and we got a dozen charbroiled oysters, and they were amazing. They were amazing. I mean, they're all right. They're okay. Nah, they were amazing.
Were they the best oysters ever?
Good. Best oysters I've ever had was at in St. Simon's Island in Savannah. I think the restaurant's called Iguanas. That's the best charbroiled oyster. Usually when we get to New Orleans, my wife and I got married in New Orleans. That's one of our haunts that we visit at, quite a bit. And That's that's where Pamela Polka Dot Pam is from. And anyway, when we go there, we go to the Desire Street Oyster Bar, and they have probably the best charbroiled oysters in the history of mankind since the foundations of the universe. And they're good. So these are good. These at Star are good, real good. But then, they're not Desire Street oysters.
How many oysters do you think you've had in your life, Rob?
I've had millions of oysters. Actually,
millions.
I've had millions. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of the great gifts that God ever gave us from the sea. Crab legs and oysters. That's my two. That and steak. Like I could eat ribeyes. Of course, ribeyes are expensive. Oysters, you can pay $20 and get like 50 or 60 of them. And with the last night in Myrtle Beach, we went to a roasted oyster boil at what was the name of the place? I'll plug it later, man. It was great. But I ate 6 oysters that night between myself and Petra, my 18-month-old. She had like 3. I had like 57.
A million oysters. The man of a million oysters. That's your new gimmick. Wow. I'm trying to keep Rob talking while Gary's working on whatever he's
I know,
working
man.
on.
This is completely a work, guys. Nothing I'm saying is true.
It doesn't seem hard to keep Rob talking.
Let's talk about baseball for a minute, man. We got baseball starting this week, guys.
It's tomorrow, right? It's starting tomorrow?
Yes. Hold on. Carry me, Will.
Carry you where?
Keep talking.
No, I think it's the Cubs, right? The Cubs playing, the Cubbies and somebody. I don't know. I saw somebody tweet about it earlier. But while Rob is gone, I can tell you I've never had an oyster. So
I'm back though.
Nary an oyster?
Nary. I know exactly how many oysters I've had in my lifetime, and that is 0.
You've also never seen Star Wars, Will. So
haven't I? Haven't I though? Haven't I?
No, you haven't. You're like, yeah, man. My favorite episode is episode 2, man. The Empire of the Two Towers.
Yeah. That one. That's the one where they play the Quidditch.
This is our
Quidditch tournament.
Our baseball idol. I'm the worst Presbyterian of all time, guys. I'm the worst Presbyterian.
I highly doubt that, but go ahead.
I am, because I make my kids worship this idol during Brave season. Like, we start the game, we pour him his little glass of, and I'm forcing my kids against their consciences to pray to this idol, and they didn't do it right, and that's the reason the Braves got ousted out of the series last year when Mike Fulton-Awitz gave up the 10 walks. It was Piper's fault. She didn't pray properly.
Wow. Where's your Nick Aldis shrine you pray to before every title defense?
Nick Aldis does not need prayer. Nick Aldis is the greatest living wrestler. He and Thunder Rosa are the greatest in the world right now. They don't need prayer.
All right.
Yes, my altar is right over here.
I was about to say that you didn't answer the question, Rob. I know you got one.
Yeah, we just venerate him just to do it because we adore the dude, but he doesn't require the prayers like the Braves do.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a successful season, a successful end to the season. More specifically, the Braves. We seem to get real excited early on, and then it tapers off, and that's just Braves culture, man. I'm used to it. People always, give me hell about it, and I'm like, dude, I've been an Atlanta fan my whole life. This is par for the course. This ain't new. Like 95 was a fluke. And I lived it up while it was happening. But
yeah, me too, man. I'm still living 95, man.
I am too, man.
Break the glass to 95 all the time. I am like I don't know, man. Being a Braves fan, a Georgia Bulldogs fan, it's like a curse. It's like a curse because I love them so much, but I know something's gonna happen. But the Vegas odds are on the Yankees and the Braves being in the World Series, and I think a 60-game season really favors the Braves. I really do.
It does.
However,
I was going to say that because of what I just said, that they tend to play really good for 90 games, and then it tapers off.
Yeah. The thing, when we win the World Series this year, because I already did the math, I did the algorithm, we got it. We're a lock. When we win it, though, people like wrestling with the MMA and all these other guys out there, they're like, yeah, but that was the COVID season. That doesn't count. They're gonna say it.
Who's MMA? Who's his team?
He's out there in Middle America. Oh, he's a Falcons fan. That's my brother. He is a Falcons fan when it comes to football.
Was he a Cardinals fan?
He's a Colorado Rockies fan. Correct me, or we were talking about. He and I were talking about this on a. Dang man, I think it was the Rockies. The Rockies are the Phillies. So, and I respect Phillies. I do. I respect the Phillies. I respect the Dodgers. You don't respect?
I don't like the Phillies, man. Sorry.
I don't like and respect are two different things, bro. I don't like the Yankees, but I respect the world out of them. I respect the Dodgers. Dodgers are Piper's favorite team. She loves Jackie Robinson. Loves them, man. She did a book, read a book in the library at her school. Became fascinated. We actually, when we took her we took her to Brooklyn and we went to it's now a project. It's like a housing project, but it's where Ebbets Field was. And we got a picture there and she was just like, this is where Jackie Robinson was at? I'm like, yeah, this is it, man. This is where one of the great achievements in American history happened right here where you're standing. And she was like, then that night, we like to do things with them. Like we like to go out and do late night adventures, like 2 a.m. We'll wake them up and, hey, we're going to go on a scavenger hunt. And like get, my wife and I are cool like that. We love being in the night,
Or dangerous. Cool or dangerous, however you want to frame it.
So we woke Piper up. We're in New York, man. We woke Piper up at like 2 a.m. And we're like, hey, we're taking a scavenger hunt. We're going to get on the subway. We're going to cross the river into New Jersey.
Oh.
So we did this. So we went over to New Jersey. She's a big Hamilton fan. She's like, is this where the duel happened? It's like, no, even better. So we take her to Hoboken, right, where Elysian Fields was. She has no clue where we're at. And I'm like, look down, Piper. Look at your foot. And down in Hoboken, they actually have a home plate plaque in cement. And it's like, you are standing on home plate in the first documented baseball game in the history of the world.
Ooh.
And she's like, what? And there's like a big historical marker there. We got pictures. I'll post all this stuff, man.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
She was like tripping out. She was like, what? And then, the river walk back, but she was like, oh, man, this is where it started. It's like, yeah, there's, this is it, man. You talk about the Braves. You talk about great Yankees teams. You talk about Jackie Robinson. It all started right here, right where we're standing. This is what happened. Those are the kinds of things we do, man. We're teachers. We don't make a lot of money. We want experiences. So, she'll never forget that. So.
Love it. That's great. Man, I want to go there. Where are you going to take me there?
I got you, man.
Okay.
I got you. Brian Rosa's favorite baseball uniform is the Pirates. What's your favorite team, Rosa? Are you a Dodgers fan too? Or are you you favorite the Pirates or you just like the uniform? Because they do have a cool uniform, man. That black and yellow, man.
I'm partial to black and yellow, as you can tell with our branding.
Yeah, right. Is that where you got that from? Is it Pirates inspired?
Well, no, it's NWA inspired. I mean, but that just happens to fall in line with my favorite, which is black and yellow. So I think it looks good together.
Ringside Rant is RJ is from Buffalo, and obviously he's a Yankees fan, and he should be. I think everybody should be a hometown fan. Like that's why I don't hate the Phillies. I hate the only sport team that I dislike, and it's not even their fault, man. It's I had a friend, and I love the guy, but he was so annoying and obnoxious about being an Auburn fan. Like I can't stand Auburn. It's not Auburn's fault. I have nothing against Auburn personally. They've had some great. They had Bo Jackson, Cam Newton came through there. They've given Bulldogs hell forever. Great games. It's the oldest football rivalry in the Deep South. But this friend, because them, I can't stand Auburn. It's not even their fault.
Yeah. Well, you know, around here in South Carolina, it's Clemson, South Carolina. That's the big rivalry, you know. And I'm a South Carolina fan. I'm not a big college football fan, to be honest, but I became a South Carolina fan because of the same thing. I had a friend in college who was just an obnoxious Clemson fan. And I remember I told, you know, he asked me one day, he's like, so who are you, Clemson or Carolina? And I was like, dude, I just enjoy the game. Like, I don't, he's like, you have to pick a team. You're from here. You have to pick a team.
South Carolina, bro.
I said,
You're
fine, Carolina.
College football right now. You have to pick it.
I've been told.
So,
Anyway, Gary, keep doing what you're doing, man. We talking.
So I'm so sorry.
I'm kidding.
Gary, we'll let you know when we're done. But yeah, back to football.
Okay, you.
So like for me, I would be a Gamecock fan if I were from your neck of the woods. I would like totally be about the Gamecocks. Yeah. I actually like the Gamecocks. I've always respected Steve Spurrier. Again, he gave us hell for years. Ric Flair's favorite team for a while was the Gamecocks because he's a really good friend of Steve Spurrier. So, you know, I always appreciated that. And I just saw that Brian Rosa is telling me that Rosa's favorite team is the Athletics. So cover me, Will. I got to change.
Don't tell me you got an Athletics.
Wow, but you feel like a dummy.
He probably does, man. He probably has the Oakland A's. He's got like every bandana.
This has nothing to do with the fact.
Oh my god.
That has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a dummy. I am a dummy. There we go.
It's gonna be great.
My wife and I on our honeymoon, we spent our honeymoon in Tijuana, Mexico. It was freaking awesome. Love Tijuana, which is where Thunder Rosa is from. She's from the graveyards of Tijuana. And we stayed in Tijuana for 3 nights. Then across the border, rented a car, and we drove from San Diego, went to a Padres game, drove to LA, went to a Dodgers game, drove up the Big Sur to San Francisco, went to the Oakland Athletics game. And a lot of people hate on the Athletics Stadium. It is one of the most charming parks. Of course, they and the Raiders were sharing the stadium at the time. Raiders have since moved to Vegas. But, you know, Billy Bean, Moneyball, the greatest baseball movie ever. And I love the Athletics. We happened to be there in Oakland the night of Game 7 between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they lost Game 7, and all of San Francisco was crying that night. And we were too, because that night we felt like we were San Franciscans. Such a very friendly city, man. Love that. Love that. Then we finished the tour in Napa Valley.
Well, we got a question in the chat here. It's a good one from RJ over at Ringside Rant. It says, is Gary on this episode? We're asking ourselves the same question.
I'm here, buddy. RJ, I appreciate that. Thanks for looking out, pal. And I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I was playing, I made this whole video thing and I forgot about it until right now. So that I was like, I'm sending this out like 100 times. I don't care why, because it took me a minute and I'm going to send it out. So you can go to your social medias right now and you can look and see the art gallery where everybody's checking out the photo with Thunder Rosa. So anyway, it's stupid, but I just had to get it out there. So it's from the Smithsonian and they're looking at the Thunder Rosa exhibit. So I'm really proud of it. And I'd just like you to all RT it now, please.
We're proud of you, Gary. We're just proud of you. No matter what you do, we're proud of you.
Anyway, what's up, you beautiful people? This is Gary Horde, and this is the NWA. It's the podcast celebrating the past, present, future, history, legacy, and tradition of the greatest pro wrestling entity of all time, the National Wrestling Alliance. And I am joined, as always, by the guys who are the actual stars of the show, the one you've been watching for the last like 15 to 20 minutes, and that is the Dr. Rob Stinson.
That's right. And I am not a Braves fan, but I'm a Thunder Rosa fan. I'm repping her favorite team tonight, the Oakland Athletics. La Mera.
There he is. And the other doctor, hey, it's Will.
I'm not a doctor. Don't put that on me.
Oh man. And tonight is I wish I had like the little streamer thing, you know, so we could celebrate in style, but we're talking about La Mera herself. Thunder Rosa's birthday is on Tuesday, I believe, And we are celebrating. Thunder Rosa was born on July 21st, 1986. A day of days, because on that day, it was written in the stars that she would become our NWA Women's World Champion and one of the greatest female wrestlers to ever walk God's green earth. So congratulations, world. Thunder Rosa is here. So that's what we're doing today.
Now Rob's going to talk about 1986 for a few minutes. Go ahead, Rob.
The greatest year of all time, man. I've been saying that for years. You had Flair, Dusty, and Dash. You had My Wife Was Born. Nick Aldis was born. And La Mera entered the world in 1986 on July 21st. This is the greatest year of all time.
It is a great year, and I don't particularly remember anything about it. I was very young at the time. Rob, though, was about 32 at the time, I believe, and he remembers it well.
July 22nd. Her birthday is July 22nd. Wikipedia. Don't trust Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Is that what did we get updated
Brian
officially?
Rosa. Hey man, yeah. Always,
Rosa,
always.
Who handles that Wikipedia?
Yeah.
So her birthday is actually Wednesday. So, well, it's good to know. It's good to know that Wikipedia is wrong. I wonder who fed them that information. I always wonder who does all of these. I assume it's Rob half the time.
I do too. As I'm reading them, most of the time I'm like, Rob wrote this for sure.
Sometimes it is. I wrote the Wikipedia article, at least one of the parts on Braxton Bragg, the military general, when I was doing my doctoral work. But there's a little part on Chickamauga that I wrote. There it is.
Oh, yeah. I see the Nation Show in the chat saying, "Hey, Gary, I know what TITNWA stands for, but I totally read it 3 letters at a time." So do I. And I think it's the greatest initials ever. And so I've decided we just lean into it.
You put it in the title. Okay. So we're just embracing it at this point. Okay.
I think we just roll with it.
I thought it was just kind of how we talked about it behind closed doors, but I guess now it's a thing. So
and now it's just a thing. TITNWA.
We might get more helps. We might get some more clicks. I don't know. Might help.
There it is. All right. I like that in the chat room. It also looks like Brian Rosa said it was July 22nd. Then RJ corrected him with July 22nd. That's what it seems like in the chat room. No, sir, I don't. It's July 22nd.
Yeah. Look at it. Wikipedia. I don't know. It says July 21st.
I was looking at Wikipedia.
So that's got to be
it definitely says July 21st.
Rob,
Wikipedia says Melissa Cervantes is a Mexican professional wrestler and mixed martial artist, better known by her ring name, Thunder Rosa, currently signed to National Wrestling Alliance and Women of Wrestling. She's the current NWA World Women's Champion.
And Rob, while you're in there, by the way, change that. Rob, while you're in there, go ahead and change that to the Burke. She's the current holder of Burke, the NWA Women's.
Oh, you should get that. Also, we already know now that this is incorrect, according to Brian in the chat. Cervantes made her professional wrestling debut in 2014 and worked with the Japanese promotion World Wonder Ring Stardom for a year. In 2015, she was hired by the professional wrestling-based television series Lucha Underground, where she performed as Cobra Moon, the leader of the Reptile Tribe. During her 4-year stint, she won the Lucha Underground Trios Championship with Daga and Jeremiah Snake, and after the show ended, she wrestled on several promotions, finally signing with the NWA in 2019. She is also a mixed martial artist, making her debut in 2019 at Combate Americas. I know that seems like a ripoff that I just read the Wikipedia, but that just makes it easier. You all know who Thunder Rosa is. We're here for Thunder Rosa, and she's not getting like the full, like detailed life story episode because it's not time for that yet. Thunder Rosa has a lot of career left in front of her, where she's going to dominate the wrestling industry. Yeah, she's just a little wrestling baby. And
just a baby who reached.
So that comes like 10 years from now.
Yeah.
When she's won like the world title at every promotion. And no, she's staying in NWA. Let's not kid ourselves. We need her in NWA. All right. So maybe Brian in the chat can verify the Japan thing. But as of now, we're going to assume that that's incorrect, that she hit 2015. Question of the day for tonight, question of the night. Brian Rosa's asking in the chat room, can anybody guess who Thunder Rosa has faced more than anybody? Who is her number one opponent? That's a good question. Do you guys have any guesses on this? I'm trying to think of somebody right now.
Rob, what you got?
I'm thinking back to like women of wrestling, that era. Because you would think, like, if you were only watching the NWO, you'd think, well, she's been in with Allison Keck. I know she's wrestled Penelope Ford. That's a good question. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do some research here. Who has she wrestled more than anybody?
Yeah. Has she faced Holodead a lot?
I think she's teamed with her a lot.
They're friends.
I know she's teamed with Holodead. Yeah.
Are like best friends.
Well, yeah, but I mean, maybe they've just
Penelope
Ford
Ford.
a lot.
Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford.
Think it's Penelope Ford?
Final answer. That's my answer.
I don't know. I know she's beaten Penelope Ford a time or two. Man, that's a good question. This is what we should collaborate with Brian Rosa before we started this. Now that's bugging.
Right, Rosa, I shot you a message so you can see it in any of the social medias, just FYI. But yeah, I should have reached out way earlier. But anyway, Rob's beaten me, but I am wearing my Thunder Rosa t-shirt, and Rob's wearing the exact same t-shirt. Yep, poking that chest out. La Mera Mera. And Rob's also wearing the Oakland A's hat. We're just having a big old Thunder Rosa celebration. I want a Thunder Rosa pop figure. I was just looking at that. I was like, do I have any other Thunder Rosa
That would
stuff?
be top notch. That would be instantly my favorite one if they did have one.
Yeah, I agree. I've got a signed poster over there I ordered at the same time as this shirt. I really like the poster. If you go to Thunder Rosa's website, you should check that out. And let's see. And I'm looking
apparently
now.
I was wrong with Penelope Ford. Faced her twice. So that was completely off the top of my head. I thought Rob was going to come in like right off the bat knowing that one. You know, I didn't have an answer.
Penelope Ford, man, like she's one of my favorites too. And of course, she's big in AEW now. And I think I want to say Brian posted a match of hers here maybe last month or a couple weeks ago, which big time, man. You look at that NWA 70 poster, it reads like an AEW roster. There's NWA talent after talent after was on that. And I remember, I think Brian posted the match, and of course Thunder Rosa beat her. It was a great match, fantastic. But I don't feel like they had like a big rivalry, and I wish they would. I want to see that. I want to see her and Lindsay Snow, man. I think Lindsay Snow looks like her. They got similar styles. They're just really charismatic, dynamic. They're two of the hottest, baddest chicks in the game. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that she's wrestled Lindsay Snow yet. So I don't know.
Oh, apparently Shotzi Blackheart. That's the answer. She's faced her the most.
Blackheart. Okay.
Oh, wow. NXT superstar Shotzi Blackheart. Did not know that. That's interesting to know. And that actually seems like that would be a great match. So maybe we'll see that again someday. Also, Thunder Rosa is 2015 all day long. Wikipedia is just wrong. It's just wrong about all of these dates. So 2015 is when Rosa started, even in Stardom. And she did like 3 squash matches in 2014 on the independent circuit. But that's it. But TV debut, like actual professional debut, is considered 2015. Just to clear that up.
Set the record.
July 23rd, for God's sake. Or 22nd. I just forgot already. But 22nd, anyway. Man. Yeah, 22nd. Yeah. Sorry. She is also the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling International Princess Champion, as well as the NWA Women's Champion. But she's apparently, like, I was looking through these championships. This is a listing of Thunder Rosa's championship accomplishments. She won the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Lady Luck Championship one time, East Bay Pro Wrestling Ladies Champion one time, Lucha Underground Trios Championship one time, She was ranked, this is not a championship, ranked number 43 in the top 50 female wrestlers in the PWI Female 50 in 2016. She'd be like number 1 now, right? Shine Tag Team Championship with Holiday, sorry. And SoCal Uncensored Women's Wrestler of the Year in 2016. And then also in Vendetta Pro Wrestling, she was the NWA Western States Tag Team Champion with Holiday, which is interesting. So technically not her first dealings with the NWA in this modern era, I guess. But anyway, currently she is our NWA Women's World Heavyweight Champion, which is what we celebrate her for. We're going to look at some of her matches tonight, and this is going to be a loose episode. We're just here. The main subject of everything is Thunder Rosa. We're also going to talk about some news. The main news being, if you guys didn't see it, that there were rumors going around, thanks to Raven, that NWA was shutting down. And he said he thought he had heard that or something. And once he said it, it was like it took off. It was like forest fire, just kept going, and you couldn't stop it. Everybody just assumed everything was dead. So it actually prompted a message from William Patrick Corgan the other day on his social media to address the situation. And I don't know. I don't know why he's been so silent about it up until now, but it was welcome. I'll read it here just briefly. He says, a quick note about the National Wrestling Alliance, which I fought for and won ownership of a few years back. We are not shutting down, so please disregard any and all rumor to effect. The NWA is not and will not be for sale, and those talent who are under contract remain under contract for a reason, which is that we at the NWA are trying to figure out a way to provide our great fans with wrestling content in a very, very tough environment. And most importantly, keep our talent safe and the standard of production you've come to expect from us at a high level. Anything less, in my opinion, is unacceptable. So yes, appreciate the interest, appreciate the chatter, but don't appreciate the unsourced rumors and speculation. So that is from the man himself, the president of the National Wrestling Alliance, William Patrick Corgan. Appreciate that, Billy, putting that message out. I think it encouraged a lot of people that he actually finally spoke up and said something. Hopefully the positive response, I think, overall I saw online, hopefully encourages him as well to get some things done. Now, no word yet on what that means. We've had people hitting us up on our social media accounts about, is it true? Are they coming back? When are they coming back? When's Power coming back? Don't know. Have no clue. Hopefully soon. Hopefully sooner than later. But the way things look right now, I don't know that I would even count on anything this year. But who knows where these people could pop up. Thunder Rosa has been calling out Hikaru Shida from AEW online over in AEW. We've seen Eli Drake interacting about some potential TNT stuff. Eddie Kingston even called out Cody Rhodes at one point. We've seen Eddie Kingston and Nick Aldis going back and forth. So there's activity. There's stuff happening out there, but who knows? Most importantly, related to this episode, is Thunder Rosa has started up her own wrestling promotion called Mission Pro Wrestling. If you guys haven't checked that out, you need to. It's over at missionprowrestling.net. You can also get information at rosa.net. But Mission Pro Wrestling is about to have their very first show called Hell Hath No Fury. And that's on Friday, September 18th, coming up. And a lot of it's going to be there. This is completely women-run organization. Top to bottom, everything's ladies. And they're going to be putting on a hell of a show. And we've even heard the rumors, although I don't believe we've seen anything officially announced, that the NWA Women's World Championship, will be defended at that show. So there's some activity for you right there. I've talked a lot. Do you guys have anything to add to this?
Well, we talked a lot before you even started talking. So you're leveling the playing field.
You're catching up, bro. I'm gonna tell you.
I just tried to get it all out there.
The moment I find out that belt, the Burke, is being defended in Mission Pro, and that fans are going to be allowed to be there, that moment, I am booking 3 tickets. For me, myself, and I'm kidding. For me, Bill, and Gary to be there to see this junk happen. We will be there. I'm not going to miss that if they allow fans. If it's empty arena, If it's not, boom, I will be there to see that. Guaranteed. It's happening.
I'll buy my own ticket. You can buy my plane ticket. How about that?
They're cheap right now. You probably do that.
I'm in your raffle
man.
tickets, man. I'm in your raffle tickets for the day at the 50-50 raffle. Y'all got to get your own plane tickets.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, even if it is empty arena, don't be surprised if Dr. Rob Stinson is just standing right outside the arena watching it on his phone, just getting as close as he possibly can.
Yeah, I might be out there. My autograph stuff, my backpack, my book.
So weird. Brian Rosa also points out in the chat, we're happy to have Brian Rosa in the chat, by the way. He always helps us out with a lot of notes, and especially for this particular episode, since he knows Thunder Rosa a little, like they've had passing discussions and that sort of thing. So he's met her in person a couple of times. Brian Rosa says that Thunder also holds 2 other titles right now, the Inspire Tag Team Championship and also WFC Women's Champion. So Thunder Rosa is loaded up on gold. She is, and she started in 2015, folks. So this is, like we said, she's a little baby wrestler, and she's already killing it. She's already got all the belts.
Yep. Got the women's triple crown, basically.
Yeah, she's there. She's gonna probably just if Sheeta steps in the ring with her, then that's over too. So
she got that one off.
Oh well, yeah. Not to mention her mixed martial arts stuff. I briefly mentioned it before, but Thunder Rosa not only is a professional wrestler, just that's not enough. On September 13th, 2019, that date's probably wrong because I'm reading it off Wikipedia, but she confirmed that she had signed with Combate Americas. Her first fight took place on November 8th in San Antonio. Unfortunately, the judges were all drunk that day, and they awarded the decision to her opponent, Nadine Mendial. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but it was by decision. And I don't think I've heard Miss Rosa argue that decision or anything like that. She said that she's gonna come back better and stronger. She's announced already this year, I think, that she's planning on taking another fight as soon as she's able to do it. So hopefully that happens soon.
Back and look at they do a retrospective on that on Thunder Rosa's preparation for that fight and the fight itself and the postlude to it and everything on Power. They get dedicated almost an entire Power episode to that. I think the Question Mark wrestled that night in he wrestled one of the Dawson brothers. That was the only match, and the rest of the show was dedicated to Thunder Rosa. I want to say it was. I've got my notebook over here on the table, but we can reference the actual episode on Power if you guys want to go back and check it out. But it's fantastic, and that for many people that was like their big introduction to Thunder Rosa. People weren't following Lucha Underground or Women of Wrestling or whatever. A lot of people, that's their first taste they had of her and her mystery. You know, she'd come to the ring, man, with obviously she's got the real striking appearance, and she'd come with a drums, just real hypnotic drum beats and stuff, and there's a lot of mystery about her. And then we find out, she's not just a wrestler, and there's nothing about like it's okay to just be a wrestler. That's still athleticism, but she is in MMA. She is a world-class MMA competitor and studies jiu-jitsu and man, Thunder Rosa is the full package, bro.
Yeah, it's funny. I've told the story a few times, but it's like going to the very first set of tapings where she showed up at NWA Power. I knew who Thunder Rosa was well ahead of ever having seen her, and I didn't watch Lucha Underground. I watched some of Lucha Underground when it came out on Netflix later, but I never really knew her from that. I knew of her from social media alone. I just kept seeing her images pop up and like posts about her and that sort of thing. So I attribute a lot of that to her work with Brian, and they just have an excellent presence on social media. So I was excited when it was announced that she was going to appear on Power, and so I was pumped the second she walked out on in the ring, and it was a very cool moment, like her addressing Marty Bell, and then there was a little kid in the front row like getting all excited, like don't trust her, and just Thunder Rosa having a really cool interaction with the kid, and it was I don't know, like just the instant she walked out on Power, there was something that just clicked with everyone, I think, and especially once the TV hit and they gave her the drums and that sort of thing, which was unique compared to other competitors on NWA Power who had no music at the time. For some reason, Thunder Rosa had this weird drum beat that was coming along with her, and it just gave more of a mystery to her even then. And so anyway, we've always been happy to have her in NWA. No. So anyway, we
the NWA, in the studio, a lot of people go to great lengths to talk about the lack of entrance music. And that is the thing, man. Entrance music, since the Freebirds started that out, it's been a big, important part of wrestling. And it's obviously when you get the big promotions like the AEW and WWE, the entrance is a big part of the spectacle. And that's very important. But it's not as though in the studio they don't do it ever. They do it. They just reserve it for like very spectacular, very important moments. So if you go back and watch classic episodes of studio wrestling back in the 80s, one of the teams that would always get entrance music would be the Rock and Roll Express. They'd always get it. They'd be the one team come out and they'd have it. The Road Warriors from time to time would have it. And Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa gets it. She is just that. She's such a spectacle. I mean, I don't want to overemphasize like visual impression, just her look and image and mystery, but she has that same, like the Rock and Roll Express, man. They were good looking guys, you know, they had the bandanas, there was a lot of flair. The Road Warriors were just terrifying. You know, I remember being afraid of them as kids. But Thunder Rosa has that same mystique, and she requires music. And she's the one. She is the one that they give it to. She comes out there, and there's that as cool as can be. I also want to say that Wrestling with the MMA pointed out that I was asking about Thunder Rosa's debut on Lucha Underground. I think we're going to try to watch it in a second. But it is in season 2, episode 3 of Lucha Underground. She debuts as Cobra Moon under a mask. And that is, and the world changed that day.
Well, unless Will's got anything to add to that, we can just jump right into that if you guys want to, and we'll just start.
I'll just say quickly. I mean, you know, I've got a little bit of a different perspective coming in a bit later on this current iteration of the NWA than you guys did. My first exposure to Thunder Rosa was actually, Gary, from your Twitter account. I mean, you were sharing her stuff, posting about her. That was my first exposure to her. And so by the time I started watching Power, I was like anticipating it. I was ready. I was like, this is obviously a big deal because I've been seeing a lot of buzz from Gary and the rest of the NWA fam about it. And it did not disappoint. I mean, it was definitely the buzz that you guys were giving her was definitely earned, and it was really cool. So that's just a little bit of a different perspective, somebody who wasn't there from Lucha Underground and up to now.
For what it's worth, Brian Rosa does say in the chat she's not a fan of her Lucha Underground stuff because she was so green. So I mean, we're not here to like criticize anything. We're just like watching and enjoying just the career of Thunder Rosa.
All the great wrestlers are critical of their body of work. We actually are doing, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag right now. Eddie Kingston is coming on Piper's Notes on Thursday. I'm actually going to have it ready to air on Friday. So you guys will see Eddie Kingston hanging out with us on Friday. He is the most critical person of his work. He won't even, if you ask him what his favorite match is, he won't even tell you because he's like, none of them are good. Like, I'm not good. Like, I go out there and I try my best, but I can't watch any one of my matches because I just criticize them. And everybody who's great and cares about their body of work, guys like Nick Aldis, Ric Flair even, you know, Thunder Rosa, of course. And she's going to critique it. But you'll see here in a moment, there's nothing wrong with her body of work. She did a great job. She was obviously young, but for the average fan or even the real fan, you're going to see a very skilled athlete in the ring, and you're not going to be able to. There's not a lot there to critique. So she's critiquing herself, which is what good athletes do.
Which, by the way, I would just like to throw in too, if you're wondering, besides her being a very talented individual, one of the things I just want to say also is that Thunder Rosa and Brian as well, and this is not me just kissing ass because Brian's in the chat or whatever. I just want to say also that just great people in life in general, and Thunder Rosa and Brian constantly giving back to their community. On top of all of that stuff, like they're charitable personalities. I mean, they've been good to us here at this show as well since I got started doing this thing, and power kicked in. Thunder Rosa has been nothing but supportive and was one of our first guests. It's the same reason, like, you'll constantly hear me not afraid to talk about like Ricky Starks, because these are people that immediately gave us their time, like when we were nothing. And I mean, not that we're like some huge platform now, I just mean that you can tell who good people are just by that kind of thing. And Thunder Rosa, I would say probably even now, is like our most featured guest. I think she's hopped on here a few times just at random, just because. And so that kind of stuff, we definitely really appreciate that. So just wanted to throw that out there as well. So we're going to jump over. I'm going to share the screen. I think we're going to stay away from the audio possibly, just so we can talk over it and also limit the chances of us getting pulled down because of this. So we'll see how this goes. But we can just, if that's cool with you guys, I think we'll just show the video of it, and we'll watch Thunder Rosa's debut match here in Lucha Underground.
Let me say right now that we're invoking, for anybody who knows, we're invoking fair use here. In the United States, you can show copyrighted material for educational purposes if you're doing it to react and to study, which is what we do. This is an educational platform, and so we, don't worry, we're not breaking the law. We will turn the volume down, but we're going to invoke fair use on this YouTube when we upload it tomorrow and get this thing ready to go to be downloaded and all that stuff. But we're not breaking the law. We're doing this for educational purposes, and the Fair Use Act allows us to do that.
And so there we go on the El Rey Network, Lucha Underground. And for those of you who have not seen this, this is Thunder Rosa's debut match on Lucha Underground. I don't know much about Bengala. Stinson, you got any background on him?
Bengala is not Thunder Rosa. That dude, they would often do. One of the interesting things about Lucha Underground, and there's been some litigation and a lot of criticism, but Lucha was really revolutionary. I mean, they styled this out. They basically built it like a Netflix television drama. There's a big backstory about a crime syndicate, a crime family, like a mafioso type deal. And a lot of these characters played a role in that. But also one of the things they do a lot is they do a lot of intergender matches before Impact was doing it and all that. They were doing it here. And so you're actually seeing Cobra Moon. That's her right there. That's our champion, the real world champion, looking as only she can look. And she is going to debut in an intergender match against Bengala. Also notice when Thunder Rosa did Piper's Notes, we talked about this coming down the stairs. She says that she has a fear of heights. And I asked her if that was ever an issue. And she's like, well, I don't like coming down the steps, but it wasn't an issue. The only time it was an issue is when she was doing high spots, and she just got used to just swallowing her fears and just doing it. So she'll, when she goes off the top rope, that's something that's a battle she has to wage, because Thunder Rosa has a fear of heights that she works with. So
she is leaning into the snake thing here. I see that with the tongue and the slithering around and that sort of thing. So that's interesting. This character.
She also later on, Gary, she goes back and forth and actually goes from being Cobra Moon, I think it's in Women of Wrestling or another promotion, and goes into an actual character named Serpentine. That's one of her other alter egos that she used. But man, she is just Thunder Rosa is sleek, man. She is sleek.
She is. Look at that. Like that takedown outside the ring there. That was pretty good. Bengala is not faring well on Miss Rosa's debut here. And she was part of a faction here, right? Didn't I read that?
She would become part of a faction. This faction, they did a faction called, I can't remember what the faction. I know they did something with Sammy Guevara, the Spanish flag thing they did. But yeah, she was in a faction. Now she's just debuting here, so all that hadn't developed in the storyline yet, but it would come to pass.
So already controversial, Thunder Rosa appearing in an intergender matchup. I know that's always a hot button topic for a lot of people, but yeah, like you said, Lucha Underground was known for it. They had it all over the place. Thunder Rosa's been in her fair share with the likes of guys like Sammy Guevara and Ricky Starks and those kind of people. I feel like she's been in the ring with like all of them, like a lot of different dudes. So she is no slouch when it comes to beating up men, as Brian Rosa could probably attest to.
Too, I like
the mask.
You're probably,
mask.
I think you're about to talk about the mask, but I like the mask, and I could see Thunder Rosa as even part of her character as it develops on NWA, having like a mask, like a Vader type mask. That doesn't totally cover her face. Obviously, we know who she is, but I could see her kind of reincorporating that into her NWA, character.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I could definitely see that happening. Although I will say the half mask has become quite the trademark, I think.
Yeah, maybe down the line, after as part of a creative refresh or something, once she's won like 12 more championships and she wants to do something different.
My wife.
That's it. She just won by submission there.
Yeah, that's it, man. She wins against Bengala in an intergender match on her in-ring debut on Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground.
This was her first time ever wearing a mask, according to Brian Rosa as well.
Right. The mask is obviously a feature of Lucha style wrestling in Mexico and even in Japan. That's a big feature of that. It's also big in like the Chikara style movement in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the East Coast Independence and all that. And being raised in Tijuana, Thunder Rosa studied the mask parts of Lucha style wrestling. It's obviously influenced her game. She also has a great game with her jiu-jitsu background and everything. But fantastic, man. I mean, no shade on that match at all. I know she's critical of her work there, but that was a fantastic debut for her.
That finisher, I was trying to think of what the name of that finish is, and I obviously didn't hear what it was called there, but it's like a dragon sleeper. It looked like kind of that reverse, like kind of headlock thing that she had on Bengala there at the end, and I dig that finisher, and that's a cool, right now she thus far has leaned into that double stomp off the top for her finisher right now. Lately, but it's always good to have a finisher in her back pocket, and I don't, if she's used it in the NWA, I don't know if I've noticed that, but I do dig that as a submission finish too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Lucha Underground, if you guys go back, and again, I know there's been a lot of controversy about that promotion. There were some lawsuits. I think Thunder herself might have been involved in a class action lawsuit there. Just to enable her to perform and some intellectual property type things. But Lucha Underground was really creative, man. It was really, if you like studio style wrestling and if you like storytelling, they were doing it just as good as anybody. I mean, I've got all of their episodes downloaded. It's go back. I encourage go back and watch. I mean, there's a good body of work that Thunder Rosa put out there on Lucha. Great debut, great introduction to the world of one of the greatest women's wrestlers going on today, and it started there. So,
no doubt, she is one of the best, and I'm going to be working on pulling up some other notes here. I think the deal with Lucha at the time was they were shutting down and not giving any impression on what was going to happen next, or even if they were going to do anything, and they weren't allowing anybody to do anything else, from my understanding. So I think that's where the big controversy was there. So, you know, a lot of people's lives were kind of just in limbo during that time, I believe, you know, which I think was the thing. But yeah, she was queen of the reptile tribe, by the way, in Lucha Underground. So that was her thing there. Also, her dog Drago is named after the wrestler in Lucha Underground. So there's that too.
The big family,
Just
man.
so you know.
Those circles are very, I mean, the life of a wrestler is not an easy life. It is a hard life, and they travel. Obviously, unless you're a big name like a Thunder Rosa or something like that, most wrestlers aren't going to make a buttload of cash unless they get some kind of work deal out with AEW or something like that. You're not going to get that Tony Khan money a lot of times. There's a lot of travel. There's a lot of, you know, they for them, man, it's passion. It's very rarely about money. Obviously, they've got to feed themselves, but I think any of us would say that most of them don't make what they're worth. You know, they don't make what they're worth. It is not an easy life. They do it for the fans. They do it because they're challenging themselves a lot of times. And when you're in limbo, obviously people have to work. They have to be able to promote themselves. They have to eat. They have to be able to sustain a livelihood. And that is a hard road, man. Pro wrestling is a hard road. I work with an outfit here in North Georgia, an independent wrestling territory called the American Wrestling Federation. And we have a lot of names come through, man. You know, Nick Aldis has come through. His wife, Nikki James, has come through. Kevin Nash, anybody's come through there in the independent circuit. But the talent that makes up the day-to-day programming, they are in it because they love the business. They love to compete. They love to perform. They're constantly challenging themselves. And it's a hard life. It's hard, you know. So when you get a chance to support them by buying their merch, a lot of them make a lot of their living off of their merchandise. Do support them, especially now during COVID when a lot of shows aren't able to happen. If you've got resources and have money, it's not charity work. I mean, they're going to give you that's the way a lot of them are earning a living right now, through selling their merchandise and branding themselves. And so to the extent that you can support people like Thunder Rosa, like you were saying earlier, this is an activist. She works for her community. She gives back. She goes to soup kitchens. She helps the poor. She is a saint. Her and her husband, Brian. I know, Brian, we're not trying to just, you know, curry up the Brian. He's a friend of the show. We don't need to do that. He knows that we love him and he loves us and all that. We appreciate that. But these are good people. And most of these wrestlers are. They're hardworking, good people. And they need your support during this time more than ever. So buy their merchandise.
That's absolutely true. And do want to mention that you can go to thunderrosa.net. Also, you can go to missionprowrestling.net. And I think it's Mission Pro Wrestling. Let me double check that real quick. That is, missionprowrestling.net. That's the website for her current promotion as well. So at least she's able to, you know, we're talking about the limbo thing with as far as NWA goes and Lucha Underground, you know, we were mentioning the limbo thing. It's good to see she's at least got other activities she can participate in and that sort of thing. So hopefully the NWA picks back up here soon. But yeah, man. So if you guys want to, I have another match here pulled up from Thunder Rosa from the Title Match Wrestling Network. This is from Queens of the Ring. I asked Thunder Rosa like what some of her favorite matches were, and this is actually one she mentioned. So if you guys are cool with jumping into another one, we'll celebrate right now by watching another Thunder Rosa match. This is her with Mercedes Martinez, who you'll know now from NXT. I believe she's in there finally, but she's appeared in the Mae Young Classic a couple of times and that sort of thing. But we'll jump right into that matchup now. And again, with no sound, so we don't get sued. And here we go with that one.
What are they going to sue us for? What do we have?
I don't know. They're not going to get anything out of us.
We'll just give him a shirt. Call it even.
I'm gonna kill that ad. So this was an IPPV, I believe, but I assume this is the match that she was referring to. She just said her versus Mercedes Martinez, so this one was the first one that pops up when that happens. So this ref has been through it. He has got both arms wrapped. So I don't know. He has worn out his tapping hands.
Look how young Thunder Rosa looks there, man. She just looks like a baby with a shorter hair. She looks like she's 17 years old.
Yeah, and this is for what it's worth. I mean, Mercedes Martinez is quite a veteran as far as wrestling goes. She's been in the business for a bit, I think, and so this is cool. This is probably a good learning experience for Miss Rosa as well.
Yeah. My wife is, for those that some of you know, are good friends in the chat, like MMA and Ryan Romano may know, and some of our other buddies there. My wife she is not a native-born American. My wife is a military brat, but she's Syrian, born in the UK, and came to the United States later in life. But she loves Spanish culture. She loves Mexican culture. We usually, when we vacation, we go to Mexico. It's our neighbor to the south. We love the country, love the people, love the food, love the culture. My wife is she loves the whole like sugar skull imagery and all that, and Thunder Rosa does that. And that is one of the coolest things about her, and her celebrating her culture and her art as well. Just that sugar skull half mask that she does, and it makes an impression.
Yeah, Brian pointed out in the chat that this gear is inspired by Selena, so I could see that now that he said that. Yeah. And also the hip shaking thing, I don't know, was she doing like a Rick Rude thing? What was going on there, or was it just going off the Selena thing as well? But doing some nice technical work here, like just some arm grabs and just like that. See.
And this
a lot of people that doubt.
It's evident that Thunder Rosa has a martial arts repertoire in matches like this. Even in her Cobra Moon stuff, you could tell she studies the combat arts, you know, and obviously some classical Greco-Roman style wrestling there, riding legs and staying to the ground.
Like these two ladies are having a nice like little technical showcase here, and it always makes you wonder, like, what is it that other companies look for when they look for their wrestlers and that sort of thing. It's interesting to me, just because you look at these ladies and wonder. I don't know. I don't mean that in any certain way, but just like when the bigger promotions, like, what are they looking for? Because these ladies look as good as anybody right now, just going at it in the ring.
Yeah. There was a time, and you guys know this, I'm not saying anything, but there was a time when women's wrestling was just about, you know, being eye candy. That's what they wanted sexy women there to break up the intensity of the show, but that's not the case. For the last 10 years, that's not been the case. Not that these women aren't gorgeous. That's not to say that. I think, you know, being attractive is a virtue and all that. And it's certainly a blessing, but these women are skilled athletes. I mean, Thunder Rosa would whoop any of us, any three of us. She would easily. no doubt about it.
Brian Rosa, I don't know if you have any details on this referee and what's going on with him, but he is really concerning me with his apparently dual carpal tunnel syndrome that he's got going on there, or whatever is happening with him, or he's got to have both arms wrapped right now. I love his commitment, though, that he has the watch over the arm wrap.
Yeah, he's got to keep track of the time, man. Sure, there was a time.
Is Rosa going to get up here? Is she going to be able to swing? Nope, she's going across. Oh, nice. Got that half crab.
Thunder Rosa just got a debuted her. She showed her new tattoo that she got here a week or two ago. She's got a fantastic piece of art on her leg.
There's Monica, by the way, in the front row. Just FYI for those of you who know.
Thunder Rosa a little frustrated there.
Sorry, I mean, interrupt you. I love the dancing too. That's fun. Brian says he thinks the raps were just to cover tattoos, so maybe that's it. I love this entire match thus far, though, has been like a technical showcase. Like these two ladies are just it's been steady grappling. Not even like.
Is this Thunder Rosa's favorite match?
Yes. Well, this is one of her favorite matches. I asked earlier, I told her we were going to be doing this episode and that we might want to just showcase some matches of hers. I asked if she had any favorites, and she gave me two. This was the first one she gave me. And we're still going to cover the other one here in a little bit. You know what that one is. Got the ankle lock.
This is from Queens in the Ring, or Queens of the Ring. Isn't it right?
I believe that's what it said. I can move my mouse over here. Queens of the Ring, yes. I'm almost sad I didn't know more about this match. This is kind of cool. Like they just seem friendly with each other. Like they're just having like a quality wrestling match. They just want to see who's the best grappler here.
Yeah.
The chemistry.
They're trying to get this crowd into it and doing the dancing, man. Oh, dance! It's a dance off. Hold on. Come on, Mercedes.
Oh, not having it. No, we got a slap.
Boom! Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Taking the cover. Whew.
Yikes.
Now it's getting vicious. No more goofing off. Oh, she's dancing. Look at that, though. I like that.
I don't know what dance is that. Is that a dance? Or is that just...
I don't know. And she just gave her the crotch shot, too. So that came out of nowhere.
Right in the Manscaped.
Oh, by the way, we're sponsored by Manscaped.com. Code NWA Pod gets you 20% off and free shipping at Manscaped.com.
Yeah, that crotch kick was officially sponsored by.
If you want to do a dance like that,
but you don't want to cause any, friction and burns, that sort of thing.
Got her in a submission predicament here. Man, my brother used to put me in something like this, and this just hurts, boy. Like he'd give me when mom left for work, he'd get me in the Boston Crab and like The
Oh, I
human
thought you said your
quarterback.
mother put you in something like this.
My brother. I'm sorry, my brother would. I might have said that. My
Look at
brother
that.
would when my mom would leave for work. The moment my mom left the door, man, my brother was whooping my tail, boy, growing up every day for like 13 years.
This is the swing I was looking for earlier.
This is great right here. Oh, they're telling a great story, man. I love matches like this. Just there's so many facets to it. It's what's missing in, and not to rant about mainstream wrestling or what you were talking about earlier, Gary, but it's like there are so many not just women wrestlers all over the place that can tell incredible stories like this, and you just don't see it in mainstream wrestling. You don't see this kind of storytelling. I mean, we got a match, we had a dance off, we had some strong submissions, we had some grappling, we just had some punching in the corner. Like, they're all over the place, man. That's a good wrestling match.
Yeah. And this is a lengthy match. I mean, for as far as matches go, this match is upwards of 20, 23, 24 minutes. You don't see a lot of that either today. The attention spans are so short that, and not that every match has to be this long, but if you can build a story for that long, then you've got the makings of a classic match,
Well, I mean, and I'm sure attention span is part of it, but man, I mean, sometimes I doubt whether or not a lot of guys can go like this anymore.
That's true.
I mean, again, not burying anybody, but it's like
We were recording a match a couple weekends ago for AWF Viral, which is one of the shows that I have the privilege of working with and producing and all that. And there was a spot in the match where the match was great, but the finish didn't go quite we wanted to, and we're like, well, we can redo the match. It was very short. It was only like a little 2 or 3 minute thing. 3 minutes, they were gassed. They were like, I can't do it, man. I'm gone. Wrestling is like, if you've ever wrestled I don't know if you guys wrestled in high school, wrestling is the most physically taxing sport there is. You will come through with nothing left. And it takes a deal of personal fitness and conditioning to be able to go this long and do it night after night after night.
Those chops. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just reacting with noises because I'm experiencing this for the first time. So like, this is what it's like if you watch wrestling with me. It's just me going, oh, ooh, oh man.
Yeah, I know it's tough. None of us signed up to be commentators or anything. So no, I've got the chat pulled up here.
We can do it. We can do it.
Figuring we'll just
play call. Hey, we can do play call if we need to. I can start right now. I'm just like, as I'm reading articles about her as I'm watching, and just looking at some of her championships.
What's that called, Rob? What's that hold?
This is called the Oakland Athletics hat. What you talking about? what you mean, man?
This hold right here.
This is called the Scandinavian two-toed Gredunza.
God, I knew you were gonna say that.
How did I just knew that was coming. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
That's the arm bar.
That was Google.
Arm bar. There was the Romanian throat kick.
That was a Steiner line.
Yeah. Some of Thunder Rosa's accomplishments as we're watching this, and this is off of Wikipedia. You guys can all see it. She won the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Lady Luck Championship. And again, this is Wikipedia, so I can't verify all this, but I imagine most of it's probably correct. She was the East Bay Pro Wrestling Champion. She was the Lucha Underground Trios champion with Daga and Jeremiah Snake. That was as part of the Reptile faction. She obviously is the holder of the Burke, the greatest title of them all. She holds that. There's nowhere to go from there. You're at the top. She has been rated in the PWI Female 50 before in 2016. She was in the top 50 in the world. She was a Shine Tag Team Champion with Holy Dead. SoCal Uncensored Women's Wrestler of the Year in 2016. She is the International Princess Champion title holder from Tokyo Joshi. And she has been the Vendetta Pro Wrestling NWA Western States Tag Team Champion title holder before. She's also, it looks like here, she's won the GTS United States Championship, which was the first woman to win a belt in that promotion, and did that in 2018 to win the Clown Jewel $1 million prize or something along those lines. I don't know what that is, but she's got quite a resume for somebody who's really, again, think about it. 2015, she's been around for 5 years, and she's reached the mountaintop. This is a one talent.
Oh,
yeah, and this was that's the stuff I was looking at earlier today. And Brian Rosa also pointed out in the chat that she had the Inspire Tag Championship and the WFC Women's Championship earlier as well. That's not listed in that Wikipedia for some reason. So yeah, she's had quite a few here. Red hair girl is unimpressed. She's just got her arms.
She's over on Snack Shack or Tic Tac or whatever.
Snack Shack.
Oh, look at that! Now that kind of move on the she's getting impressed now. Thunder Rosa's about to go for her. That face getting red too. She's like,
yeah. Hop over that railing.
A little worried.
You better wake up. No, doing the flip there off the apron. That's crazy to me because that is pure concrete down there on the floor. There's no padding around this ring.
Well, if you think that's crazy,
what were you gonna say, Will?
The Icelandic rope flip.
It doesn't matter. I can't get a word in with Rob.
Go ahead, bro. Go back. Go ahead.
I just said if you think that was crazy.
Go ahead, Will.
If you think that's crazy, stay tuned. Watch this.
Oh, that's the hardest part of the mat right there. She just got power bombed on.
You'll feel that tomorrow.
All the confetti there at ringside, man.
Yeah, this is
they're
crazy.
They're having the birthday bash themselves.
I love how they've amped this match up, man. They just they went a good bit with that quality, just like grappling, like move for move, balancing each other out, and then now they're just like going after each other, hardcore. No more games. Let's murder each other.
Ooh. That's all part of this.
Oh, no. We'll pause for a moment for a word from our sponsors.
Oh, I'm watching. Sorry, man. I'm watching over here on Premium.
Man, I'm so hungry too, man. That's that
dude. I'm watching. I thought I had premium as well. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm in my. I think my personal. I signed up for like a 30-day trial for premium the other day because I was trying to listen to an interview.
It's fine. I paused it and let you catch up.
I'm watching.
No, it's back on now.
I'm watching on my
You guys aren't even watching the one on ours?
It's choppy. It's too choppy.
Yeah, it's choppy a bit. So I've actually got
pulled up. Is it choppy for you guys in the?
Yeah, it's like we're getting like a little choppy every other frame.
Oh, well, is this even worth doing? I feel bad now.
Yeah, well, I mean, people can go find it if they want to watch along. That's what we did. If they don't want it to be choppy, but.
If you pull it up on YouTube, you can pretty much get. I mean, it's not like we're losing time, but we are getting like every third frame or something on there. So.
I am at a suplex attempt that Thunder Rosa just countered it to a roll up and just got the 2. There's another 1, 2. No.
Gary with those Stephanie McMahon commentary skills. So she was on, what was it? I think it was Evolution, I guess, last year. She came out and did commentary on a match, and it was basically just that. She just like, oh, and the pin, 1, 2, no, oh no.
Now you got it.
That's what she went to, that Vince McMahon school of it. Like what a maneuver.
Yeah, just,
oh, look at that. Look at that move.
Would you look at that? Oof. Hey, man, the selling in this match, too, is top-notch. Both of these ladies.
Solid. Oh, and here's the pinfall. She's 1, 2, 3. She got him. No.
Oof.
That was like every McMahon match. 1, 2, 3. She got him. No, she didn't.
She grabbed the rope, damn it. Give us your Bobby the Brain Heenan, Gary.
Oh, I wish I could, man. I wish I had like a good Bobby the Brain Heenan impersonation. I mean, I know, like, I remember like tons of Bobby the Brain Heenan moments, but like, just like when Hogan would come out and like his music would play, that, oh, you know, that Real American is my second favorite entrance theme. And Gorilla would be like, I'm almost afraid to ask, what's the first? Every other song's tied for first.
Hey, listen, here's a hot take, and I know this isn't this is a big statement I'm about to make, but I think potentially, and nobody will ever be as good as Bobby the Brain. He's on a level himself. But listening to Chris Jericho commentary on AEW, it is that same style of heel commentary, like the educated, but you know, with respect for what's going on. But just some of the stuff he says is just so hilarious. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to him. I mean, you know, this past week he got doused in orange juice, and then he was in the booth and he just kept saying, "I'm covered in OJ," you know, just like stuff like that. It was just like, it was very, to me, it was reminiscent of Bobby the Brain. Now, again, I'm not saying he's going to reach that level. I'm saying
over any time. He's one of the greats. Someone asked that.
I think Jericho is one of those guys, but like sheer force of will is making himself one of the all-timers.
Yeah.
Like he just, people just want to keep doubting it, but he never stops. Like he just keeps getting better. And like every place he gets put, he succeeds. So he's going to be hard to argue with eventually.
Oh yeah,
even is now. I
real
think
Renaissance man too. I mean, just with his band, and you know, he was a Fox News contributor for a while. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He just designed comic books. I mean, this Joker did it all. As a devout Christian, you know. I mean, he's got a family man with a beautiful family, and he just a fantastic, very, very deep, multifaceted personality, and certainly one of the greats of all time, no doubt.
You know, I hate to say it, but the Bushwhackers are prettier than a lot of the women I've seen out here. Would you stop?
I thought you were being serious. And I was like, Gary.
No, I'm just like remembering Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan moments in my head right now. Dang, almost got her again. You guys in the chat, you can tell us that in front row, you said it was no big deal. I didn't realize it was choppy. It's like perfectly clear to me. So I didn't.
Well, we're here.
I thought this would work a little bit better. Well, no, I just don't want this to be boring for the chat. If it's not ideal that we're sitting here watching these matches and talking about them.
Well, it's probably only boring when we're not talking and we're just sitting here going, oh, look at that.
Ooh. Oh, what a maneuver.
Oh.
and there she goes, and she goes up.
I keep seeing that T-shirt booth in the back.
Thunder Rosa going up top. Here she goes with a Hurricane Rana. Look at that, Frankensteiner.
Frankenstein.
Or
yes.
you know,
Nice.
I mean, technically, that's.
You're speaking my language.
Oh, what a drop kick from Thunder Rosa into the turnbuckle goes Martinez. Oof. Oh, she's going up top.
I'm telling you, man, this is some world-class selling. If you're watching
we've seen this before. Oh, double stop.
If you're watching,
that's got to be 1, 2, 3, and Thunder Rosa wins.
There it is. Look at that pop.
Great match.
Betty in the middle of the ring.
Oh yeah, the streamers.
I love that, man. That's very Japanese. You know, they do that a lot in the Orient.
Did you see
they do it in Ring of Honor a lot too?
Yeah.
Did you see the streamers that came in? They didn't unravel, just the roll that just hit her on the leg there. It's like, oh, sorry. I hate it for that fan that just threw their unrolled streamer and it didn't.
Oh, Red over there, man. These you can't get these jokers. There's a show of respect between Mercedes and Thunder there at the end.
Yeah. All right, fellas.
There it is, man.
So there's that match.
That was great, man. What I was saying earlier, I mean, if y'all watch the choppy version just now, go back and watch. We'll probably link to it in the description if you're watching this later, but go back and watch that full match and just appreciate it because that was great.
Absolutely. The other match that got a couple of matches mentioned here. I mean, one of them is not on YouTube. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'll look it up and see if it is. But yeah, there's not the full matchup there. Thunder Rosa versus Lufisto was Brian Rosa's all-time favorite. I don't know that I see that match on YouTube for you to find.
See a preview.
Yeah, to see the preview. Interesting. Fraro says this looks like we're watching my slideshow from my wrestling vacation. So maybe the watching the videos is not holding up well.
I was gonna say, man, if you want to send me the link and let me try to throw up the next one, just see if it's any different.
Yeah, here I'll make it available that we can all share. As long as Rob promises not to throw up any more porno like last time, then I think
First of all, that was
should
art.
be good.
Okay, that was art. Let's get our terms correct. Those two loved each other.
Birthday one. All right, so let me look here. Oh, inside story, by the way. Brian dropped in the chat there. I just caught that. Thunder used to always dance, but the NWA said no more dancing.
Oh.
So that's interesting to know. Let's see here. Lufisto. Thunder Rosa versus Holodead. Trying to search for that on Instagram. That is not going to help. Let's see. I'm looking for I'm looking for the Battle of the Birthday Girls. The first one that keeps coming up. What?
It's labeled no DQ match on Holoded's YouTube.
Oh.
I'd send
There
you
it
my
is.
I'd send you a screenshot of mine, but I don't want you to see all my previously watched stuff.
Here it is.
I hear you. Yeah, I was about to say I'll just drop it in our Discord here. If
Let me see if you want me to try to share it.
Yeah, you can try to share it. We can see what happens.
Let me.
Not throwing away my money shot. That's good.
All right.
Let's see what happens here.
And Brian Rosa has promised us that he will not sue us if we actually play the sound in this match.
Oh, good. I don't know how to do that.
So when you go to share your screen down at the bottom, there is a checkbox you can check to share computer audio if you want.
Oh, let's see. Let's try that. Let me try. I'm going to reshare. Let's see. Oh, now
You have to check it. It's like share computer audio or something like that.
Okay. All right. You can hear it.
Yeah.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from the other side of darkness, Holiday!
He got a great look, dude. I love Holiday. Not the pinata cake. Come on, man.
This would skip it a bit, but I mean, I can tell what's happening, so hopefully that works.
I think it's looks like I'm watching the playback. It looks like it's a little bit better than.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this will work. I'm gonna watch it.
Turn the sound down just a little bit so we can yell it.
July 21st is Holoded's birthday. July 22nd is Thunder Rosa's birthday. So that's
Look at that. They're like sisters.
sisters. Like twinsies. Like us.
When's your birthday, Rob?
August 11th. Hulk Hogan's birthday.
Your birthday's August the 11th?
Yep.
That's my birthday, dude.
Shut up.
I swear to God, it's my birthday.
Freaking, dude, I ain't lying, man.
No, I swear to God. Yeah, I know it's Hulk Hogan's birthday. Yeah.
Hey,
No, Leo, buddy.
Will's over there like, guys, you're not going to believe this.
Guys, you're not going to believe this. My birthday is November the 7th.
I don't know if you can
Oh,
see
that's
mine.
awesome, man.
You're August the 11th for real?
I swear to God, I'm not screwing with you. My birthday is August the 11th.
Right. Leo's lead the way, man.
That's it, man.
Hey, Tanya, guess what? Me and Gary and Will have the same birthday.
I do not have the same birthday.
I mean, me and Gary have the same birthday. You get me the grilled cheese taco real quick?
Yeah, the good news is I'm on premium, so we won't have an ad in the middle of this match.
I was using the podcast YouTube, which is not where I got the premium account at for some reason. I did it under my personal and not the. I was trying to listen to YouTube interviews the other day that were randomly posted on Twitter. I was trying to watch those interviews. I won't go into more detail than that, but I was trying to listen to them. I was in my car and I was like, I can't turn my phone off and listen to these interviews. I need to be able to do it. So it finally sold me that I had to get premium so I could like not have to be watching the video to listen to stuff. Beautiful.
Hey, as it happens, August the 11th this year is on a Tuesday.
I was about
We
to
do
say.
our show on Tuesdays. I'm
How
thinking
about that?
the Gary and Rob life and career celebration.
I guess I'll host.
Yeah, there you go. We'll
I'll
get
pull-
host our
I'll pull-
birthday celebration.
I'll pull everything I can from y'all's Wikipedia pages and we'll talk about it.
Some of my Wikipedia's got incorrect information, I can already tell you.
Yeah, my junk says August the 10th on mine. I'm like, who did that?
Yeah, and all those charges mine talks about are completely not true.
They're allegations. They're not.
Just
Yeah.
allegations.
Most of them are false.
70% of them.
That'll be a fun game. You can figure out which ones.
It's like, okay, look, I'm not going to say they're false. I'm just saying they put a spin on it, okay?
They look like they've got good nachos at this event.
Yeah, man, I want some nachos. We're gonna have nachos on y'all's birthday. Also, nobody.
Holiday's got the definite size advantage. How tall is she? She looks. I know.
Nobody's
Thunder's got to be like 5'8" or something, maybe. Right. But
You guys gotta have a match, right, on your birthday, just like this.
You think that Rosa is 5'8"?
I don't know how tall she is.
I don't
was
think she's
just
5.
guessing.
I think she's 5'5".
Well, I was gonna say 5'5", but I was like, I want to give her a little more credit than that. I stood next to her
I stand
at
5'9".
Power. I'm 6, and I know she was at least like
Right.
4 or 5
You're
inches
not
shorter.
an inch over 4'9", dude. Don't even try. But yeah,
I was
remember,
looking straight up Thunder Rosa's nose.
I remember standing. I didn't stand right next to her, but I was fairly close. And I remember she. I'm a little bit taller than she is. I'm 5'9", so I'd say. I don't know. Brian Rosa can enlighten us.
Wait, you're 5'9"?
I'm 5'9".
5'4".
Yeah.
She's 5'4". She's 5'4". Wow. Okay. So how tall is Holiday? Like I don't know. She just seems like she's got a height advantage on.
I don't like how I'm almost always right, and y'all never give me no credit for nothing, man.
You give yourself credit constantly, so I don't feel like
I'm
we
the
have
only
to do
one,
it.
man.
Well,
Hey,
we don't have to put you over.
start with loving yourself, bro.
What is this place? This is a unique setup with that like upstairs with the
And
and somebody's got that little girl up on a balcony.
Yeah, I'm super nervous as a
Soundboard.
dad about that little girl sitting there.
We have those same soundboards in our gym.
They're just gonna have that pinata.
Holiday
there.
is 5'9".
Working the crowd. Love it. Oh,
This is in San Diego.
Yes.
Great city, by the way.
Never been.
Beautiful city.
tell us about it, Rob.
Give us some
Well-
background on San Diego.
With the founding of the free state of California back in 18.
And I think it's German for what? What is this guy? Oh, this guy's filming the match down here. Where's she going?
I don't know.
Merch table. Uh-oh.
Not the merch table.
FCW.
Not the merch table. Come on.
She got a piece
Fire
of cake.
City Wrestling.
Piece of cake, man. She's got a piece of cake. This is not going to be good.
Where did she get that from?
Oh, she got the fan. She got the fan.
Come on, man. Oh, she missed. She got a fan.
Look, this girl's pissed.
That is hilarious.
Thunder's like, nah, man, nah.
I love that, man. People over there checking in on her.
Look at that. Oh, God, look at that lady. She's falling out. Look out. Look at the people scatter. Hey, you know what that reminds me of? Did y'all see that Bruiser Brody video that was shared this week about him showing the fans scattering when he would leave the ring and go towards the crowd? Just that legit fear. Kind of what that was.
Yeah.
There's way too big an entourage around the ring, and all of us.
You gotta watch out. You can't get on those vending machines like that.
I don't get like these people are like following with cameras. I wonder where that video.
Where's the security at, man?
This is actually the perfect match for today, since this is a birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Man, one of their heads about to go into that concession machine.
Oh man, that is not good. Look at that selling. A traffic cone? What you gonna do with that? What is that? Oh, that's a broom. Oh!
Golly, boy.
Birthday spanking. Oh, he has a no DQ, falls count anywhere, I guess.
Is Thunder Rosa wearing full paint, like full face paint?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen a good shot of her face yet, but possibly. You know, she wore at the hard times.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Still half. Yeah, right side doesn't have any paint.
I love that somebody out there is trying to give commentary. Maybe they actually have like a commentary crew. Yeah, there's definitely somebody trying.
I think yeah, this is like a amateur video, but I think they're over there by the commentary booth right now. I don't know where that video is. Facial expressions, so good.
This match is brutal, man.
Ooh, you set her off.
Thunder Rosa's like, come on now.
Well, Brian Rush has probably seen that face a few times. That'll give you nightmares. Oh, those chops.
getting vicious with these chops here. It's odd because we've seen them be friends with each other, but they really seem to act like they like beating the hell out of each other.
I know that pinata is going to factor in somehow.
No, I think it'll just probably stay there. I can't imagine why anybody would use that. I'm being a smart ass. I'm not trying to be.
You're probably right, Gary.
I love these skeleton pants this guy's got back there.
Oh, I thought that was actually a skeleton for a second.
It's a good point
You're all
by
right,
Brian
bro.
Rosa.
You're all
For
right.
those of you who don't
You're
know,
all right.
Hall of the Dead and Thunder Rosa wrestle together often as the Twisted Sisters, for those that don't know. That kid is still on the balcony.
I'm terrified.
And they're using everything. They're using everything. Milk crates, chairs, pinatas.
I'll tell you this too,
Oh.
man. I am also scared of heights, and if Thunder is scared of heights, like you said, and she has any bit of empathy, if she's seeing that little girl sitting on the ledge, it's probably terrifying her. So she's probably trying not to look at it. When's the last time they were in the ring? They've been in the ring in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. They started like 5 minutes in the ring at the beginning.
Oh, that Rick Rude spot. Ooh.
What's up, brother? Good to see you. Thank you.
That Rob at the, you hear Rob out there right now?
Yeah.
Thought I heard it. Like a, what's up, bruh? Good to see you.
Yeah, brah. Okay.
Break it. Break it. Oh, it broke. Broke in half.
You heard me again. Not the cake, guys. Not the cake.
People want it.
Is there nothing sacred left, guys? You can't bring the cake pinata in. Come on. Look at this series of.
Here it comes. Oh, I thought it was coming. Ooh. Oh. Who's going through it? Who do y'all think's going through it?
I think Holiday's going to do it.
She's been pretty dominant so far, so maybe that's how it turns around.
Ooh. There we go.
Oh, here we go. Now it's getting out. Now it's getting extreme. Now it's getting extreme.
There it goes. Oh man.
Oh, what's wrong? Thunder is just taking a beating in this one.
That's it.
Wow.
What? Whew. I did not expect that. I did not
Holiday
expect
just
that.
had her number.
You knew the pinata had to end it. I've never seen a match that involved a pinata that wasn't defended.
I don't think I've ever seen Thunder Rosa pin before.
Are they chanting all dead everything?
All day, every day.
Some candy. Oh man.
Still hugged it out.
Candy for the crowd. Throw some of that little girl up at the top.
But just short, so she has to reach for it.
She's been risking her life this whole match. All right.
Oh my God.
That's great,
That was
man.
fun. Let's see.
That was cool. Oh man, the Great American Thunder Rosa Birthday Bash.
There it is.
26 years old on Wednesday.
How about that? Yeah. Thanks, Brian Rosa, for that suggestion. That was a lot of fun to watch. That was a blast. We're going to have one more Thunder Rosa match here in a second. I'm making sure it gets queued up here. All right. Was giving Will the info he needs to find it.
I'll sell it to you guys if y'all for $5 if anybody wants Gary's password.
Whoa.
Most of them can guess it.
Cool. It's Rob's Mangina, August the 11th.
Twisted Sisters. Heck yeah. Now I'm gonna have to change it and put like a special character somewhere in Mangina. I'd make the I a exclamation point. That's what I'll do. Dang it! Did I just tell y'all that?
Why are you being a jerk?
Who?
For anybody who's concerned and you still want to be a good citizen and wear your masks, by the way, Thunder Rosa has plenty of masks on her website over at thunderrosa.net. I did want to point that out earlier. They got bandanas, the head wraps, but they also had like the neck gaiters that you can just like pull up. They had the sugar skull bottom, and then you got the one with the two revolvers. I kind of dig that one, but they also got the face mask, like standard face mask with the cutesy stuff. And yeah, So anybody who guessed my password is Gravy Cakes, congratulations to you all. Also, by the way, they do have Thunder Rosa brat dolls over at thunderrosa.net. So just throwing that out there. That's as close as you can get to a pop figure right now. But maybe someday someone will make us some custom pops while Will gets that focused up. What's that?
Getting it queued up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Yeah. So while Will's doing that, I'll show you some of this stuff if you guys haven't seen it already. I'm over here in the Thunder Rosa store. This is the shirt I'm wearing right now, the Face Shot team. My wife hates it, not because it's Thunder Rosa, but she says it's a very frightening picture of Thunder Rosa. It's hard to argue.
Dude, I love that picture. I
do
love
too.
That's my favorite.
I love black t-shirts. Obviously, a lot of people do, but I got to get this Berg one right here because that's.
I love her eyes in this picture, man. Just they look piercing, like right into the soul, you know.
We're speaking about Holodead. Here she is, some Twisted Sisters 8x10s you guys can get over at the Thunder Rosa store. Here's some plush keychains of Thunder Rosa. There's the Cobra Moon we saw earlier in the evening. You can get some stuff of her, some other championship photos, She Pro Wrestling. I also love the stickers. My problem with stickers is I always am scared to stick them anywhere. I'm afraid of commitment.
Yeah.
I have this 11x17 poster, which I'm a big fan of, with her with the Burke, and I just for some reason really dig that poster. You got the patch, just all kinds of stuff. Look at this. Look at this NWA Thunder pin. This is all at thunderrosa.net. You got to get over there. What is this?
Gary, did the MacBook
a
Pro,
blanket.
do the MacBooks come with the stickers?
Yeah, I think so. You'll have to ask Brian, but I'm pretty sure he told me in private that
I
yes,
like that
they will
skull
send the
sticker,
MacBook.
man. That's that one right there that you just hovered over. Do it again. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
was
freaking cool, man.
that's pretty wicked.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you
Think
guys
it's
go to
great that way,
thunderrosa.net if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And here's missionprowrestling.net, where you can come here and purchase your tickets for Hell Hath No Fury on Friday, September 18th. Don't forget about that. We'll be covering that one, I'm sure. And we're excited about it. There's a lot of the ladies that are going to be involved there. Kaiju Power, Schraub's crush, is not there. But yep. And
She is.
Anyway, okay, so we'll go back over here. I just wanted to make sure to mention those two sites again. Also, our site, if you haven't already, if you haven't hit subscribe, make sure you hit subscribe because we could use your love. We feel lonely without it. And yeah, there we go. Next match on the list, we're going to be streaming from Hard Times, Allison Kay versus Thunder Rosa. I was
Wearing
there.
full face paint, man.
Yeah, full face paint. That's when it's real. That's when it's real
Want
serious.
to roll with sound on this?
This is one unbelievable athlete, competes in MMA, and in my opinion is the #1 professional wrestler on the planet today, male or female. I have been blown away by how good Thunder Rosa is.
the commentary.
Let's face it, she can't call herself that unless she wins the NWA Women's Championship. And what a formidable opponent she has in Allison Kay.
Thunder Rosa must be feeling confident going into this
She's got the full
matchup.
face
She's
paint on. We're talking about that, Gary.
undefeated on NWA Power, and she actually has a pinfall victory over the champion in a tag team match. She's got to be feeling good.
They have to turn it
There's
down just a little bit because I
on
couldn't
her
hear
day,
you.
Thunder Rosa can beat anybody. The championship matches do strange things to people, especially when it's
There we
the first
go.
chance
Better.
to climb that mountain.
Yeah.
For Thunder Rosa, and who knows
Technology.
what butterflies will be flying in her stomach right now. She's showing the signs of confidence as you would expect, but how much of that is her game face and how much of that is real?
Love that jacket.
Yep.
It's cool to see this one because we talked about in our previous live show about the top 5 NWA Power matches, and their rematch on NWA Power came in at number 2 overall. But this match, in my opinion, takes the cake for one of the greatest matches in the modern era of NWA, period. These two are about to have a showcase.
And she has been the epitome of a fighting champion. She has taken on and beaten all comers. What a clash of 2 wrestling titans we are in for now.
Sorry.
It's all right, Jerko.
Gary, did you cancel your subscription or something? What happened?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, tease the showcase, and then
let me turn down the quality just a little. There we go.
This contest is scheduled for one fall and a 30-minute time limit. It is for the NWA World's Women's Championship.
I love that. I love the spotlights.
Yeah, same.
From the graveyard of Tijuana, Mexico,
Such a cool, you know, diversion from what you see on Power, just to make it that much more special.
And her opponent,
Right.
from Detroit, Michigan, 150 pounds, the NWA Women's World's Champion, Allison Kay. One fall, 30 minutes.
Both of these women so serious right now, so focused, so ready for this fight.
Yeah, it's a level of professional respect that they both have for each other. None of the taunting, none of the cattiness, none of the bickering we've seen at times between other opponents. These two know how good their opponents are. And they know
Pretty divided crowd there.
Yeah. It's pretty nice to hear that separation. Well, people like both. I think they struggled here with this. The Thunder Rosa is obviously coming in as the heel based on storyline at the time, but she just has that built-in popularity that nobody can deny. It's like directly after this where they just start to turn her completely.
Yeah.
Separate her from the Melina stuff.
Intensity, man.
Seem to get the advantage early on here.
Oof, wow.
Beautiful bridge from the champ, Allison Kay. And Allison Kay clearly had done her homework here and just rushed Thunder Rosa. And let's be honest, we've not seen anybody treat Thunder Rosa like this ever before.
Chop to the chest. Keep in mind, both of these wrestlers are very proficient at mixed martial arts. They both compete in the cage as well as the ring, and we're seeing that in the offense of Allison Kay in the early goings of this matchup. Look at those shots to the body.
They're just like landing shots on each other. It's insane. They're just like going at it here. Love it. They're not pulling punches at all.
Flurry of offense by the champion, followed up with a snapmare. Now she's slowing things down.
Two superb world-class athletes on display here in the NWA, and it is fantastic to see this level of competition happen. Boot to the head there from Thunder Rosa as she was in that chokehold.
It's an inventive way to get out of that sleeper hold. Is Allison Kay able to turn? Going right into the cover to retain her championship. Only 2.
With the unique offense of Thunder Rosa, it just seems like Allison Kay has
Getting out of there.
a step ahead of everything so far. And Thunder Rosa out to the ringside area, just attempting to regroup and try and come with a plan B perhaps. See a little taunting from Allison Kay. She knows she's got the upper hand here, and you know that Thunder Rosa is not used to that. Perhaps some mind games coming into play at this point.
Big vertical suplex over the top rope. Allison Kay quickly into the cover, gets a 2 count. And when you talk about mind games, I mean, that's the whole way we were able to even get to this matchup. It really came down to that puppet master we've seen from Melina. That team of Melina and Marty Bell And Thunder Rosa giving Thunder Rosa this opportunity against Allison Kay.
Melina is a mental maestro. I'm perhaps a little bit surprised that it's not Melina in there instead of her cohort Thunder Rosa.
Stu, what do you make of that? Why don't you think Melina took this opportunity to go toe-to-toe?
I'm not a mental giant like Melina. We'd have to ask her, but I'm a little scared of her, so I'll let you do that. You're the news reporter.
Speaking of scary, here comes Thunder Rosa. The tide has shifted after that big drop kick.
Just a dominant, assertive start from Allison Kay, but perhaps Thunder Rosa now. The pendulum swinging in her favor.
It's actually slowing things down here. Big, deliberate strikes to the champion.
Saw early on in this match at the pace that both ladies.
There's a WWE front row in the front row there.
Oh, imagine that. How did he get there?
That's one of the greatest guys.
Well, then you've got a NWA second row or third row, Gary.
Yeah.
That's what I'll change my Twitter name to.
Yeah.
NWA second row.
Stomping right on the throat of Allison Kay, trying to get any advantage she can.
Now the demonic look.
So Brian is saying that he was yelling at the TV the first few minutes. So Brian, were you not here that night?
Brian has never been there that I know of. As far as I recall, yeah.
We gotta fix that.
He's been good to us, and actually, what's funny is like going in the lobby. Thunder Rosa sought me out. I felt like a celebrity for a second. She was like, "Hey, NWA podcast." She's like, "Come over here. Like, I got to get a picture with you. Like, I got to do stuff with you over here." Oh, she's like, "Yeah, my husband told me like you got to find these guys. You got to do stuff with this is the NWA." I thought that was really cool. Like, I was like, "Yeah, Thunder Rosa's seeking me out here. This is cool."
That beautiful TV title in the corner. There's Elder Sour. Gosh, I miss the freaking studio so much, man. Was hey, is Polka Dot Pam and Heather Hunley, are they in there? Were they there?
Yeah, they're there somewhere. I don't know where. Pull it together, Will.
Hey, I'm doing what I can.
She's got to put Allison Kay back in the ring.
This is not about winning the matchup. It's about
there's the TV title over there.
Getting her back in the ring and then taking that NWA Women's Championship.
I think they're further down, like facing the crowd on the left side of the center section. But I feel like I tried. But maybe I'm a crazy person. Maybe they're further up. Yeah, I'm sitting next to Sandoval, I think.
You're right below. You're beside Rotella and Elder Sour.
Who?
Right? Isn't that, well, there's you. There's Rotella.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He is. He's there. Actually, I'm right next to Elder Sour.
Yeah,
it looks like.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Everybody was so into this match, dude. It's hard to express just watching it here. Like, everybody there was just caught up in this like nobody's business. It's by far one of the best live matches I've ever seen, like, or been able to be witness to. Right up there with like
everything on this card was so important. You know, you had this match, you had the finals of TV title tournament, you had Aldous and Storm. Wasn't Aldous and James Storm tonight?
I think it was.
No, this is
Aldous and Flip.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Sustained a ton of damage, not more so than the left arm of Allison Kay right there.
A move like that could tear ligaments in your elbow. It could do permanent damage to your arm.
And it could also win the NWA
Love it.
Women's title for Thunder
This is
Rosa.
that scene of her doing that little
Feeling quite confident now.
that little
Feels like she's got Allison
PR thing, whatever you call it. That's iconic, man. Like, you see a lot of little video clips of her doing
sort
that.
of leg submission, but Thunder Rosa countering with one of her own. Looks like she had a heel hook for a moment.
Little curtsy she
I
did.
think the damage has really been done to that left arm. I think Allison Kay wasn't able to do what she wanted to do because of the pain.
Yeah, front row in the chat mentioning it's like 250 people felt like 5K in this studio.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh God, look at her.
Similar to that Thunder Rosa used to defeat Marty Bell.
Everybody on the planet has accidentally bent their own finger back once or twice. Well, imagine having Thunder Rosa do
Now, Gary, did you have a sense when you were in the audience? Did you have a sense that Thunder was going to walk out with this, or you were surprised that she won it?
I was surprised. I recall like watching it. I just didn't know. Like I just didn't know where this was going to go. Because it was one of those perfect, like it was momentum, man. Like it just. Thunder Rosa felt like she was unbeatable at the time, but Allison Kay is the champ, and you just couldn't picture Allison Kay dropping that title, but you also couldn't picture anybody beating Thunder Rosa. So I think even there was a fraction of me expecting some kind of schmoz finish. There's no way somebody is one's beating the other one here. I just couldn't figure out how you get out of this, but they rolled with it. I mean, and I'm happy that there was an ending. I mean, you wanted to see a finish, but
yeah.
But I was all in, man. I think if you heard what I was chanting at the time, I probably.
That was good.
That was great.
All in.
I love both of these ladies as performers so much. I think that probably, even if I had to be perfectly honest, I was probably chanting Allison Kay just because the chants for Thunder Rosa felt louder. So I find myself doing that a lot. Like whoever's getting the most, it feels like a little bit, I'll go the opposite way just to.
And Allison Kay, she's one of those heroes too that I don't feel like gets enough credit. She labors so hard. She was a great champion. She does a lot for the NWA. She loves the brand. Fantastic personality. And she just, because she's so humble, I mean, she gets overlooked a lot. I feel like. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about her, Aldis. I remember talking to him a little bit about her, and he thought that she was someone that gets overlooked, but by fans, not by, they're people in the industry know, she's had her ins and outs with companies, not like on her fault, but she's just never had the huge contract somewhere. But God, it's just so crazy. Look at that floor, man. That's no joke.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh gosh.
But, we were talking about that other match. There's no padding on that floor. That's just, hard floor right there.
Yeah. Go watch rules, man. Go watch rules.
Hard times, man.
But, anyway, I think talent recognizes Allison Kay for sure. She has the respect of her peers. Certainly. Everybody respects her ability and what she brings to the table and her leadership. And, but... Nick, I mean, I remember before I interviewed her, Nick actually even suggested at one point, was you should talk to Allison Kay. That's somebody that, would be good to pick her brain and talk to her. And she's.
Go back and, if you've not listened to the Allison Kay interview, man, on the podcast, I listened to that in the gym in the morning, man. It was a great interview. And she talks about even things like how she started doing the streak in her hair. She goes into all that stuff. Great talk, man. That's one of your 4 or 5 best interviews, man. That's up there with the really highly acclaimed Marty Bell interview.
Well, thanks, buddy. Yeah, she's awesome, and she's got a lot of personality. When you get to talking to her and stuff, she has I mean, it's funny. I heard her and Marty talk about it on their NWA stuff, on the Girl Power stuff. That she has the face she. Right. Anyway, she has the face that she does not seem approachable. She seems she's just
she's intimidating,
steady, serious, and
she's
but look at this, that crowd. The crowd doesn't even know what to do at this point. They're just chanting, NWA because they're just like, this match, what is going on? I don't even know what to do here.
Because everyone's winning. Everyone's winning with this match.
Yeah. But now, like, as a behind the scenes spot, like, I mean, one thing that I could tell from Allison too is that she's a person who.
Oh,
God,
man.
This is a great match, man. Oh, this is a great match.
But I think Allison's a person who knows how to pick her spots. Like, she knows what is needed from her to progress the story, progress the company. And so,
Hey,
like,
Brian
this being
Rosa.
a good example of it.
Brian Rosa in the chat, man. And I'm just curious, what is done? I mean, obviously she won the belt, so this is a big milestone for her. But what is her thoughts on? What does she feel about the quality of this match? Because I'm looking at this match, I'm like, this is a great match. What does she think? I mean, is she critical of it? Is she happy with it? Is it one of her favorites? I'd like Brian Rosa to comment on that in the chat if you're still in.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear. Now, I will say this and the Mercedes Martinez match are the ones that Thunder mentioned to me.
Gotcha.
She said, you know, when I asked her, I was like, are there some favorite matches of yours that we could hit on? And she said, I love the Mercedes Martinez match, and obviously Allison Kay and I had hard times. So,
yeah, okay.
Swinging with her one good arm.
Oh my gosh.
She's going for an
And this is another thing, like with Holiday, like Thunder Rosa just looks tiny compared to Allison Kay, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Allison Kay's a tall lady. Like, she's got to be close to 6. I think I got photos with the wife and I standing next to her, and she's right there at the same height as me, feels like.
Face to face, nose to nose.
I'm not convinced they can stand up if they let each other go. Now this one perhaps continuing the way it started, straight into an all-out brawl. Both ladies have fired every piece of artillery they have.
Yeah, Gary, you're chanting for Allison Kay right here. You see it.
Don't tell anybody.
You got the hands up, giving herself away. Look at that. You're so excited back there. Like a kid on Christmas.
I was into this match, dude. Oh, look at that. Rosa says she liked it because it was fun to work with Allison and finally felt like she got over a hump respect-wise. This is the match. I mean, it was kind of, honestly, I remember thinking during the time, I just couldn't believe the match was already happened for all those reasons I mentioned earlier. It was just like, you knew it had to happen one day. Like, if anybody was going to take it off at Allison, it was going to be Thunder Rosa. But you were like, surely she's going to fight Melina, and like, there's going to be some other challenges before this happens. Because I said from day one, dude, before Camille even stepped in the ring, I was saying, like, Rosa, God bless. Jeez. I was saying Rosa and Camille is going to headline a pay-per-view at some point. Like, I just feel like that's a main event match for any show.
Oof. Champ Allison Kay, perhaps running on fumes at this point.
And respect, props to the NWA for giving time to these two ladies to have this match, because they're getting it here. It feels like they've got as long as they need to tell a story, and that's not something you get to see like in a lot of other companies. The women's match is going to get, brushed aside to give time to other things. But they're giving both of these ladies a chance to shine here and really show what they've got.
Look at the response from Thunder Rosa.
Oh!
But was she playing past and moves out the way?
It was the left shoulder. The left shoulder went into the post.
Working on that arm.
Thunder Rosa putting so much pressure, that knee.
The damage already done to the left
Can she
arm.
reach it? Can she reach the bottom rope? Refusing to give up. The pain, the pressure. Oh, no way, Stu. No way.
Dude, Allison Kay's strength in this match. Like,
Ridiculous, right?
She has done some heavy lifting, literally, in this match.
The Thunder Driver.
There it is.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
here's your
history,
winner
man.
and new NWA Women's World's Champion.
Show Gary. I want to see Gary.
Rosa.
Rosa.
Rosa, the first Mexican-born.
This was the longest match on the show, says Front Row. 1805. Longer than even Aldis and Gordon got.
As a war, both ladies, an absolute credit to the NWA, an absolute credit to the professional wrestling industry.
Thunder Rosa,
I'm standing up clapping, pal. I'm for it.
holding on to history.
What a beautiful belt.
The face on Thunder Rosa says it all. She's worked
This is, again, this scene too, man. Like when you see clips of Thunder Rosa in her highlight reel, this scene right here of her doing the curtsy at the end and holding up that beautiful burnt belt, one of the most beautiful belts in all of wrestling, the most important women's belt, period, bar none. This is what it's about, man. She has reached the mountaintop.
Thunder Rosa, I'm blown away by that match.
She's still healing out.
just raw intensity by both competitors. But Thunder Rosa able to come out the other way. You can look at the face on Allison Kay.
Well, we knew Thunder Rosa was
These ladies aren't done either. You know this is gonna rematch at some point.
Oh, sure.
the best performance of her entire career so far. And this lady just goes from strength.
Part of me wonders if there was even a plan to have both of them face each other on Power right away, but it was just like the success of this matchup. They just had to be like, oh, all right, just do it again. Go do that again.
And Melina.
But that's one of those lightning in a bottle moments. Like that's impossible to top that match. Like that was just a beautiful matchup.
Looking every inch the power woman. And the celebration is happening in the ring right now. Melina, of course, has been a thorn in the side of Allison Kay for months now. And this is her lady, perhaps. This is the final piece of the puzzle. They have control of the NWA Women's Championship.
Thunder Rosa, Melina, Marty Bell standing tall here at Hard Times. And what a hard-fought battle it was.
So this is the NWA podcast shirts out in the crowd.
Love it. Hopefully we'll have more of them next time out there.
Man, what a matchup.
Fantastic
What a great match. Oh, I love it. Love it so much. Oh, I think that's it. There's no way to top that match.
We started out with Cobra Moon. We saw two great matches for Thunder Rosa's illustrious, very short but illustrious career. But it's hard to top that one, man. That's a classic.
That one was a right. I mean, I think Front Row said it in the chat, but everything in that match meant something. Like there was no downtime. There was no. I mean, when we want to talk about storytelling, ring psychology, that was an absolute clinic.
Yeah, absolutely impossible to top that one as far as a match. I mean, I think personally for myself, that, you know what, that's a good way to finish like showing matches just because that is her greatest match so far. Not sure where she stands there, but I mean, honestly, that's probably one of my favorite matches, period. Like that's just a classic matchup. So,
Oh, it is. Yeah. Absolutely.
So happy birthday, Thunder Rosa.
Yep.
This is the Great American Thunder Rosa birthday bash, and our sister, our champion from the graveyards of Tijuana, is an American citizen. She got her citizenship just this year, or 2017, I think it was. And, and there was some stuff.
According to YouTube, yeah, it was Feb. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
She is not only is she a sister or champion, but she is a countryman, and she is a credit to our country, and she is what America's about. So, America, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Oh man, well this has been fun, guys, talking about Thunder Rosa. We'll throw to the chat though. Like, I mean, whatever you guys want to talk about here. I see a bunch of you are cutting out. I know we're hitting midnight. A lot of people got to work tomorrow, so including Will.
Oh yeah. I gotta work. I'm a working man.
I work Tuesday through Friday, so
yeah, I gotta work tomorrow too.
I'm around.
But when you love your job, you never work.
Oh, God. You still have to get up at 6 a.m. though.
That's not getting up is not a problem for me, man. I'll probably be up anyway. I don't sleep very well. Like I sleep in short spurts of 2 or 3 hours. And so I'll be up by 5. I already have a big conversation with y'all going on by 5. You know, normally. Then I'll get real sleepy. I'll get like real sleepy like at 10 p.m. You know, I'm like, God, what's going on? I'll go up to the press box on the football field, take me a little power nap. Tell them, hey, I'm going to do athletic director business. Come on down.
Now your secret's out. You can't just say that.
No. That's it.
Yeah. I see Brian Rosa mentioning the Corgan news, Billy Corgan news from earlier. We did talk about that at the top of the show a little, Brian. And I read his intro, unless the news happened, and he's been, he's come out and said, like, I burned it all to the ground. But yeah, happy to see Billy's announcement and stepping up and announcing that the NWA will be coming back. Excited to see Thunder Rosa defend the Burke at Mission Pro Wrestling. Guys, just before we, if we can't mention it too many times, you got to check out Hell Hath No Fury, Friday, September 18th. You got to get in on that. MissionProWrestling.net is where you can go to purchase your tickets. It will be streaming, so you gotta make sure you check that stuff out. Also, ThunderRosa.net, of course, for all your Thunder Rosa merchandise needs. Brian Rosa personally licks every stamp and packs every package with love.
You're going to get
That's
Rosa
worth
DNA, man. Free Rosa DNA.
Brian Rosa DNA on every package. He even puts on the lipstick, does a little kiss on the 8x10s if you get them signed.
Spritzes his perfume on the invoice, so you get it.
Oh, man. What's is on you guys' mind tonight before we wrap this baby up?
Brian Rosa just makes mention of the Billy announcement. I know Will and J-Cal did a whole segment on that.
Listen, I don't want to ever call you out, Rob. Like, I don't feel. Do you ever, Will? Am I crazy? Does it ever feel like Rob does not hear anything I say?
No, it feels
like that I'll say something and then like 15 minutes later.
I'm joking, man.
Sometimes it feels like he's on the delay. I was gonna give him a pass because he was putting over me and J-Cal, so I wasn't gonna. But yeah,
It used to be. It really would be like a delay. Now I just do it just to get a reaction.
I ignored it a couple of times on this show. Like I was just like, all right, it's fine. He's repeating stuff.
Did you ever plug the?
Shut up! Shut up!
Like ThunderRosa.net in the store.
No, I haven't mentioned that. You guys make sure you check out ThunderRosa.net.
I don't watch the show. I
think her birthday's next week, isn't it?
21st.
Whose?
That was perfect.
Oh, Jonathan Darwin in the chat got his NWA fam shirt on Friday. Looking forward to wearing it in his NWA fam video. Hey, you'll be doing better than me if you make one of those because I am the biggest piece of crap and still have not made an NWA fam video.
Still waiting on it.
To be fair, there's been no new Hey It's Will.dailies either. So
They'll be out. They'll be out this week. I had to put together. I got a couple more in the can that people have submitted, and I had to put some of those together, and they'll be coming out this week. So be on the lookout. But do need more. Keep them coming. As much as people will send me, I'll put it out there. So send me your video. heyitswill@gmail.com, and I'd love to put it on there.
Yeah, make sure you do that because that helps us tag William Patrick Corrigan in those and let him know how much people are anticipating and appreciating the National Wrestling Alliance. So I think all the encouragement is probably appreciated. It just keeps him motivated to continue doing what he's doing and making plans for the NWA rather than probably just. I'm sure there's been moments in this time this year that he's been like, "Is it worth it? What do we do from here? What happens?" Just, as bad news as from Corona to everything else has infiltrated our feeds. I'm sure at moments it's easy to doubt, but we've tried to keep the flame alive, and I think that helps you submitting those videos and letting your voices be heard on Twitter and on Instagram and everywhere else. They're seeing it. They're out there. They see that stuff happening, and it helps motivate them to keep something coming eventually.
Absolutely.
Good talk, everybody.
100%.
Brian Rosa mentioned Billy's announcement. I don't know if we want to talk about that. Sorry.
Well, if you didn't see it in the news, Billy Corgan did make an announcement.
Gary, why don't you read? Can you read that? Can you just read it, Gary? Just read the whole. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sure. I could read it.
Well, I think we have reached the end of this edition. But
it feels like the end.
But
are we going to show we haven't shown the Allison K match yet.
But the good news is,
well, we've lost all our audience, so it doesn't matter anymore.
The good news is we're only a couple of days away from doing this again. So
every Wednesday night, right?
Yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday. Every Wednesday
night. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Rob, it'll be Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday, Rob.
You show up.
No, we do that too, man.
The Tuesday
I can't wait. I'm just waiting for like Wednesday night to be sitting and like watching TV with the wife and get a text from
where y'all at?
Rob, just like, where y'all at, bro? I'm here.
Just sitting on YouTube Live by himself, just like.
I'm just recording some stuff from a snack shack while I'm waiting for you, bro. Rob's just he got depressed.
Whatever, man.
Rob, you all right over there? What are you doing?
Y'all want to let me come in? Y'all want to let me come in on Wednesday? Like that? Okay. What's going on here? I'm doing my tick right now. So I'm recording it right now.
Oh, we should have ended.
Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a stripper. Oh, man. All right. I don't think Front Row Bitches Maureen has said there will be some Cardiland updates soon. Who would you guys like to see next?
Eli Drake show.
Or what would you guys like to see next? Definitely, I'd like to see Rob Stinson locked in a private Zoom chat with Eli Drake.
Neither of them.
Everybody else's audio goes out.
It's a Zoom steel cage match between the.
Hey, we're also on what's it called, fans only or something like that. Only fans or you can join my fans only account, man. You know, times is hard right now. It's hard times, very hard times.
Stop.
And for $2.99 or best offer, you can join my fan site. Or best offer.
Oh man, well I'll tell you what, this is an excellent time to go ahead and remind you guys that this podcast is sponsored by manscaped.com. Code NWA pod gets you 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. If you're going to have hard times, you want to make sure you look good having them.
There it is.
Oh,
That was it.
unless you're Rob, who told us it was like Leatherface got hold of him.
Yeah.
Or
man.
his,
No,
or it
I hope
was,
not.
you said it was looking like Leatherface, but I imagine you went at it like Leatherface. Like you were just
Well,
like
I meant that my skin is already leathery.
I can't handle this
I'm
anymore.
not trying to diss our sponsor, man. I appreciate all their hard work and all this. But I'm going to tell you right now, I cannot give a 4-star review to the
We're
Lost
gonna
Card
get front row on here sometime. He's in the chat room. He says, if any more viewers drop, you're going to be an OnlyFan.
Oh, man.
Well,
I'm
we're
just saying
trying
that
to
2.0. Now, granted, my 2.0 is not. My 2.0 is used. It is used. It's like worn out.
we're trying a new thing where instead of ending the show, we're just going to keep talking until everyone leaves, and it's just us, and then we'll end the show. That way, it's kind of like the old school. Like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. You know how you used to do that with your girlfriend back in the day when you were in like high school. No, you hang up.
Yeah, we're just
That's
doing
what
it
we're
with
doing.
you
We're just
guys in the audience.
gonna wait it out until everyone leaves.
I've been having fun though. I'm just like crying over here. Hey, I want to share my screen real quick to show you something that I keep looking at when I look to the left. It is, yeah, here we go. It's this. Well, hold on. If I don't have it's that picture of Lex Luger. Just whoever that is with the, I don't know. For some reason, that's making me happy.
Which one?
That's not making me happy.
Oh, wow.
Not the possum picture there. I know something about that. No, but I'm talking about that person flipping off the side of Lex Luger's head. But
that's
anyway.
a young WWE front row, man.
Is that who it is? He was not a fan of Lex Luger. Jonathan Darwin in the chat asking if we know how many more circle square matches have yet to air. There are. Sorry, Rob's got me thinking about Manscaped.
Not in a good way.
There are two. Lindsay Snow, who we've been talking about, American Kaiju Lindsay Snow has a match, and there's a tag team match that hasn't aired from Circle Square. Who knows if those will ever see the light of day?
Gosh,
that
man.
is that.
I hope it do. Is that correct subject verb agreement? I hope it do. I hope it does.
You're the educator.
I think you're nailing it. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up, I think, because this is just going to keep crashing and burning if we continue on. But thank you, everybody who joined us in the chat. We love hanging out with you guys. These live shows are mainly just for that, just for hanging out with the chat room, showing some stuff. We've had a good time celebrating the life and times of Thunder Rosa, showing some cool matches. It's good to get together and watch some wrestling every once in a while. Lindsay Snow versus Rocky Radley, by the way. That's who it was. I could not think of the other girl's name, but yeah, Rocky Radley. But yeah, anyway, Will, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Oh, well, heyitswill@gmail.com is the email to send in your videos that we mentioned earlier. So send those in. And then heyitswill with 1 L pretty much on every social network. So yeah, check me out. Check me out.
Hey, and it was Lindsay Snow versus Rocky Radley, by the way.
Can we lock Rob out of the chat? Can we just lock like to where he can't see the chat?
I'll come in. I'll run a chat right beside y'all, man. On my $2.
You'll sign up for that thing I showed you guys in the Discord earlier.
Yeah,
Rob will create like a Discord. We'll have a Discord channel for the Rob Stinson chat.
Yeah,
like
you'll do this as the NBA podcast. I'll do this is the NBA podcast with 3 T's. You know?
It's like
McDowell's and McDonald's. One's got the sesame seeds, one's got the plain bun. Completely different. But you can
really disappointed you didn't just roll with this is the NWA Robcast. That's what I would see.
That sounds dumb.
New show idea.
You know what? It's your name, not mine. I don't know.
My name is not just the NWA. Okay. First of all, point A. Point
It is
two.
now.
You can find me on @rstinson4. These Piper's Notes with my daughter and I. We actually have a special guest Thursday night. We are going to be interviewing none other than the one and only, the great Eddie Kingston, and we will try to get that uploaded and ready to go for Friday morning. And then I think we've got Dawn of Wrestling coming on after that, the following Friday. You can catch me here every night and every Wednesday night. Just kidding, Tuesday night. And you can find me on it's Robert D. Stinson. But I'm not yet on TikTok because apparently, like, the Chinese are spying on us with that. And you can find me on MySpace as Tom.
All right.
Maybe if we don't react, he'll stop doing it.
No, I'll just feel like you didn't hear it. So, like, get it, guys, Tom, because Tom is like the guy that
I am at This Is Gary Horn on all the stuff. The podcast is at the NWA Pod on everything. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's a 5-star review if you're listening to this on a podcast. All of those things. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your gravy.